What is up, everybody? Happy last show of the year for us. We'll be back in earnest on the 5th. Well, we're really going to try then. Probably Tuesday. Is that what you said yesterday, Bill? We're going to really try on Tuesday?
I don't know.
Like the first couple days, like,
Yeah.
Monday's going to be a recovery.
ugh, Monday's going to suck because I'm like, when's December again?
When's the next day off?
What? When's my vacation?
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
January and February.
What is it? What they say? The second Tuesday in February is supposed to be the most depressing day of the year
Yeah.
because people get their bills
Yeah.
and they're
Get
like,
their bills.
and it's a Tuesday.
It's cold.
Sucks.
They get their bills and it's cold.
And it sucks.
And it
They
sucks.
can't smoke any weed. Although we might be able to if you
We
want to
might
grow
be
it at the
able
house.
to. Antonio Parkinson down there in Memphis, man.
That's it.
The Freedom to Farm Act, it's probably going to get shot
Oh,
down.
it's totally going to get shot down. I've already seen the guys. They're putting on their Fruit of the Loom tighty whities already.
Not to shock or contradict you guys, but you can still smoke pot if you want to. It's just don't get caught.
I know, but, you know. But they are, man. I saw some of the interviews and stuff last night. Like, well, Trump says it's okay, but still at this point in time, the lieutenant governor, he's like, well, it's still the most dangerous drug in like the history of mankind. Get over yourself, for God's sakes. And you can grow it in your house. Oh, man.
We can't allow that. You
No.
cannot be allowed to do whatever you want in your own home.
You can't allow, you know what? This is what I love about the Republicans. They're about freedom, except for if you're doing something weird in the bedroom that we don't like. And if maybe, you want to smoke some weed.
Freedom's great as long as it's the type and amount I'm okay with.
As long as it's the kind of freedom my church agree with, and we're all good with it. Mm-hmm. Okay, mister. Mm-hmm. I know this guy. I was listening to him. I'm like, man, this guy's like, oh, this would be great to pass this weed. It's never happening, dude.
No.
Never. It's not even a little bit. It's like and the funny thing is, like, if it does pass, there's like so many. You got to lock it up in a cage. It's got to have its own separate room with triple locks.
Its own separate room.
With triple locks, and it's you're like, what? Are you guys serious? Good God. I just saw those guys just pulling on their tighty whities, though. Let me just tell you guys something. There's going to be no weed in this state. I'll tell you that right now. And January 1st, all those THC drinks and everything else, we're going to take those things down. Good goodness. Good goodness. You know what is happening, though, on January 1st?
What's that?
If you are a licensed chiropractor, Dr. Mitchell, Dr. Ashley, you can now practice on animals.
Wow.
So there's that. I feels like something I could do. Hey, sorry about your dog. No, he's not walking that one off. I heard his neck pop. Yeah, it's not, that was one of the laws that is in effect is now that there's going to be this you can practice. I'm like, is there any like rules or we just if you want to just bring your dog along, your little pug or something.
Your horse got a neck problem? Bring it on in.
No problem. Let's see if the hydrowave machine can handle that one. That was crazy, baby. Crazy. Man, I'm so pumped.
I want to see you try to get a horse onto one of those spinal decompression chairs.
Have you never seen them when they have those giant ones, though, where the horses will run inside the water and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. Those guys who have millions and millions of dollars, you know who you are. They have those special things for their race horses. I don't have race horses. I don't race horses. Oh, hold on. You all go back from where you were fine before you came here. What's the next drug we make legal? It's a gateway. It's
All
not
of
a
them.
gateway.
Make them all legal.
All of them. All
it's a
of
gateway
them.
drug. No, Trump said it's not a gateway drug anymore, so you can't say that and still be a true Republican.
Yeah, that's right. House exploded from growing weeds. Holy jeez.
Again, I don't think those opposed have to worry about anything.
Yeah, there's nothing. Don't worry. You guys are going to be fine.
This thing's not even going to get out of subcommittee.
Yeah, not even. This thing is dead on arrival. It was an experiment to see how far they could get it. Because there's just not enough. Like, how many, they're going to have to come up with weed, like lockers or like gun safes, but there'll be weed safes. You got to put them in.
Yeah, you got, something like that. You can have 15 plants. You've got you can have 5 adult, 5 intermediate, and then 5 budding plants.
We call that the Goldilocks effect.
Right.
So
That just allows you to keep, having it. Your seeds and that sort of thing.
it's just.
But you got to get your seeds from the co-op.
Of course
State
you do.
co-op.
You got to have them signed out by somebody. The governor has to sign them out to you and give you a side eye. You got to take them to church. That's the only way you can get them. You got to go to church in front of your congregation.
I know pot's bad because government told me so.
Told me so, man.
Believe everything the government says unless it's about something I already agree with.
So it's not about Trump. Just go back and live the way you want. Isn't that what we're all supposed to do?
That's exactly what we're trying to say.
Yeah, my God.
Just don't hurt somebody else.
It's like okay that everybody gets hammered. I guarantee you, you go out, there's going to be all kinds of fight on New Year's Eve at Broadway and everywhere else. You know what they're not doing? They're not smoking weed. They're not. Because if they were smoking weed, you know what happened? Nothing. It'd just be, people be hungry. They might squabble over a donut.
They'll probably be at home.
And if they are out, they'd be like, I don't want to stay here. They don't have food.
Yeah. So if they made all drugs legal, no one would want to do them because it's not illegal anymore.
Well, that is part of the psychological effect. It's the forbidden fruit, so
Well, yeah.
people got to know what the secret is. what
Look at
big
the
deal
alcohol.
is.
Look when Prohibition came in. We have the mafia and the strength for those years. A lot of it was due to Prohibition. The minute you made it illegal, everybody who made it illegal, by the way, all continued to drink. They all continued to do their thing. So there's that. Football game today. We got the, the Mortgage Rate Bowl, Music City Bowl. What's it called? I think it's Tennessee versus Illinois.
Yeah, it's the Tennessee Vols against the Illinois Fighting Illini.
So both 8-4.
Both 8-4.
Not where Tennessee wants to be. They would rather have played in the Pop-Tarts Bowl, but alas, here we are. And what are we looking at? Kickoff 34-ish?
It could be 38.
Oh, that's
38.
That's Speedo weather.
Now, the good thing is there is abundant sunshine. So that's going to warm you up a little bit.
And there's abundance of seats available.
Are there?
I would assume so.
I heard there's supposed to be about 50,000 people at this here game.
Yeah. You know what, though? It's perfect because what? You have Tennessee here. That's what you want. I mean, you've got that. If this was Illinois versus, Central Michigan, be 2,200 people there. But 50,000, that's a good.
That's not bad.
No, that's
not bad for a traveling bowl game. And really, Illinois, they don't have that far to travel.
No, they don't have that.
What is
far.
it, like three, 4, maybe 6 hours?
Maybe 6 hours. But still, that's not a horrible. It's not like you're going to the Rose Bowl.
Right.
Right. I mean, but the thing
it
is.
won't be 38 degrees.
Yeah. No, it's not. It might be rainy, though.
Well, it could be.
Wee. Man, it is. I was talking to my mom the other day. She's like, it's bad. Because there's just no, like a place like California, there is absolutely no place for the water to go. They don't collect it. It rains for 5 minutes, everything floods. So, man, I tell you what, though, I'm going to watch some football this weekend. I'm going to watch all those quarterfinal games. I'm pumped about that. And then, of course, we have to get back to work on 2026 kicks off. We're having predictions today, guys, so be ready. We're having our biggest stories of the year. We've got Hot Take Tuesday. Hot take.
Oh, man, I forgot all about that.
Well, get your hot takes ready. All right? Same thing for you guys out there. Get your hot takes ready. Remember, the hot takes are non-political hot takes. All right? Now, if you want to do some predictions that are maybe hot takey, we're good with that. Okay. Oh, man, there's that, what is it, a train derail in rural Kentucky?
Yeah.
Isn't all of Kentucky kind of rural?
That's about 66 miles north of Nashville.
Yeah. 31 trains, man.
Yeah. Yeah, one of them had molten sulfur.
Oh, that's good.
And that caused a big cloud. Everybody around there then had to turn off their HVAC systems. And it's just as cold there as it is here. But they gave the all clear about an hour ago.
No, that's good. Well, you know what? No offense. I still think remember, where was it in Ohio that was so bad? They're like, you guys should be fine.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Palestine.
Palestine.
Yeah,
I knew it was see, even here, we screw with Palestinians. You know who did that? The Jews. Oh, Chad. This is going to be interesting to see. That is it looks like an accordion. All those and you have to wonder, it's like, okay, how did this derail? What happened?
I'm sure the conductor was smoking pot.
Well, probably. But here's the thing. Some of these things, right? You're going around a corner. Okay, I understand that. This was a straight shot. It was like, dude, I tried to do a loop and the thing went totally sideways, bro. Just super
Somebody
sideways.
put a penny on the track and skidded off.
Funny how when you disagree with someone, they're just repeating what someone else, Trump, says. Ever occur to you they experienced these things? They're using their own experience and thoughts process. Of course you didn't. You couldn't possibly be wrong. Oh, I'm wrong all the time. But we all have experiences. My dad died of a drug overdose. My dad did drugs that were so crazy, they made Hunter S. Thompson cringe. And you know what?
Anecdote is a fact, though.
Yeah.
Well, it's also just an anecdote.
I'll be wrong a lot. That's the world. Guess what? But not wrong on purpose. So, and I want freedom. I like freedom. I don't see what's wrong with freedom. Again, I'm not saying go smoke pot on the front lawn. Well, front lawn's okay if you're out there smoking weed, but I'm saying, or down, but in your own house, doing your own thing, I got no problem with that. None.
Don't get in your car and go driving around where you can hurt somebody else.
Yeah, just get in your car, drive around 3 miles an hour. Nobody wants that. You park 8 feet away from the curb. Oh, my God. Palestine, Ohio. A Juju train wreck. You guys are the worst. Oh, my Lord. Buc-ee's is going to open 12 stores. There's a hot take in 2026.
Any of them here?
I thought there was going to be.
There's one they're building down in Murfreesboro.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm going to hang out there
all the time.
I'm going to ask people. I'm just going to be sitting there at a table. Where you from, neighbor?
I watched a guy the other day. He was on with those two financial guys. They're young, and he was talking about how he made his first $1 million. He went to a Buc-ee's. Wandered in there. He goes, we spent 8 hours in there. We were so fascinated. We looked online. There was nothing. Came back the next day. We bought up almost all of the store, everything we could possibly find, and we just started reselling Buc-ee stuff online. And they ended up making it like, because we made so much money. Because Buc-ee's had nothing to sell online. I thought, man, what a great idea. What a great idea. Let's do that. So that's where we're going, Ken. Be ready for it. All right, Hot Take Tuesday coming up. Remember, your hot takes, give it to us. Throw it at it. What's your hot take? Your predictions for 2026. We're going to talk about the biggest stories of the year. It is a fun day of frivolity and chaos and craziness because that's what we do here. If you're missing the show, shame. Grab the podcast. Chad Ben Show. Sip it up. 99 cents. All right, guys, Relief Factor is awesome. I'll tell you something about Relief Factor and why it's incredible. I take it every single day. It's natural. You can take it every single day. It helps with the aches and pains in my joints, the everyday things, right? Like moving around and just as you get older, 100 million of us getting older. And by that, not going from 21 to 22, but moving from the 50s into the 60s. And this is going to help you recover. It's going to help your muscles, it's going to help your joints, and it's natural. Take it every single day. My wife takes it every day, too, and she has days where life just beats her up. She's perimenopause. She struggles with a lot of different things. This has helped her in so many ways. Relief Factor is incredible. I want you to try Jumpstart Trial Bag Relief Factor. All right? All it's going to cost you is $19.95. You watch what happens. You're going to feel the difference. It's a 3-week trial bag. Jump on it now for $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com. That's relieffactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF, 1-800, the number 4RELIEF for Relief Factor, and tell them Chad sent you.
All right, we'll get you the latest on that train derailment there in Todd County, Kentucky. And Tennessee is now in the moderate flu activity zone, according to the CDC. We'll tell you about that. And a lawmaker who wants to let you grow marijuana in your home at 12:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Must be somebody who's a sinner. That's who that is. Sinners.
Trying to murder little babies with the marijuana.
Can I grow gummies in my house? See what you ask him. Can I grow the gummies, bro?
Only the alcohol kind.
That's right. Can you make your own alcohol? What kind of license do you have to do that here?
I think you can do that.
Okay.
I know there's a certain amount of beer you're allowed to privately brew.
That's just so funny, right? Because who do you think die? How many people do you think go out back in their still and have something they're not supposed to and drop dead? But we're okay with that one, kids. All right, kids, it's Tuesday. You know what time it is. Hot take, hot take, hot take Tuesday. All right, it's Hot Take Tuesday. It's where we give you hot takes about anything but politics, right? Pop culture, all of that stuff. And I'm pumped. This is the last hot take the year 2025. We will start with you, Bell.
Hold on a second. I got to finish injecting this marijuana.
Is that how you do it now? That's weird.
My hot take for the end of the year is that boneless wings are nothing more than chicken nuggets for adults.
Ooh.
That's hot. That's a hot take.
I'll fight you on that one.
That's okay, though. I'm okay. I eat chicken nuggets now because, again, I eat phenomenal. People are like, are you like, I'm like Jack Alain. Remember Jack Alain? The guy used to work out. He's like, first you have a cigarette, then you have some cereal, then a steak, and then we work with the hula hoop. But then he lived to be like 90, and he swam a boat from Long Beach shore to to Catalina or something.
Did he really smoke?
Oh, yeah. It was back in the day. They all smoked.
Well, that's back whenever cigarette smoke was apparently good for you.
It was well, yeah, especially for the kids. Get the kids the lice. All right, hot take for you, young Kern.
Knives up in the dishwasher? Congrats. You just turned loading dishes into a game of operation.
Oh, look at that. I like that. That is...
I put it all down. I put everything down, cutlery down, because... What if somebody, okay, safety aside, you've just cleaned the dishes, right?
Yes.
You need a spoon for your vanilla ice cream with peanut butter in it. Well, what if somebody grabbed that spoon to put it back in the drawer, but they didn't wash their hands?
Oh, I like that.
I've had teenagers in my house.
What if you're stoned and you reach for a knife and you split your wrist open and all of a sudden you're lying in a pool of blood in your kitchen dead?
Don't let the lawmakers hear this. We're going to call this Ken's Law now. You know what? I told my wife, no more Jif in the house, okay? That's my drug right now. In the morning, I will have I just have one big jar in my studio, and I'm like, I'm kind of hungry. I go over and take a bite, and then, wash the spoon off. 20 mintes later,
Or
take
you
a
know,
bite.
the jar's empty.
And it's a big jar. It's like a Costco jar. She's like, where's that jar? I'm like, I feel so shameful. At the whole thing.
Look away. Look away, for I am hideous.
Shame.
I'm a horrible person.
Shame. Oh, my goodness. She's
I'm telling you, dude, I feel you. Man, peanut butter's dangerous to have in the house.
It is. It is so.
Especially when you grow your own pot.
Yeah. I mean, it is crazy. Well, yeah. Could you imagine peanut butter pot? Oh! Dude, I got so high. I ate so many peanut butter jelly sandwiches. I need help. My hot take is AI is going to have a #1 hit, not on Spotify or streaming, but on the actual radio this year.
Oh, yeah.
Already has.
No. It hasn't. It's had it on the Spotifys and the streamings, but I'm talking about the actual mainstream, not country or something like that, like the Beyonce stuff.
You can't say country's not mainstream.
No,
in
but you know what I
Nashville.
mean. Like when we do, we're not talking about we're talking about the Billboard Super 100. They haven't had one on the Billboard 100. Casey Kasem,
Right.
which he'll make a comeback soon.
Dead.
This is Casey. I'm Casey Kasem, and my giant wife buried me somewhere my kids can't find me.
and wouldn't let any of them see him.
That's
before
right.
He died.
This is Casey Kasem. Never play an up-tempo soon song. Remember that? That was great. He was fun. He was fun.
Was that when he went off the rails?
Yes.
And like, a producer or somebody just started screaming at them?
Because it was the dog, right?
Yeah,
the
it was
dog died?
the dead dog dedication, and his issue with it was that he was coming out of a death dedication from an up-tempo song.
You'll never do that. This is Casey Kasem. And now to a long-distance dedication. Jim loved Laura. Laura bought him a cat. Laura's dead, and so's the cat. Jim wants to sing this song to him. Come on, feel the noise. That's so mean. Oh, goodness me. All right, coming up. A lot of good. It's funny. We're talking about Somalia, in Minneapolis. California audit says $76 billion in taxpayer funds lost or wasted.
You lie, sir. That would never happen.
California, you guys fantastic. Doing it well. We're doing it well.
$76 billion.
Billion. It makes that look like chump change over there. Chump change. Chump change. I'm telling you guys, we got to open up a 501(c). I think they're just ready to hand us money.
Are there a bunch of Somalis over there?
No. There's a bunch. You know what it is? It's the homeless industrial complex. They lost a lot of that money. They handed them, $40 billion for several years? And there were places they never even audited to find out if they did anything.
Good grief.
Did you get anybody off the streets? Maybe. Do you have any records of it? Maybe.
I went in a hotel room for a day.
Give us some more money and we'll tell you.
Oh, God, that's insane. All right, coming up, we're going to take a look back at the year that was, find out what the biggest stories are. We're going to get a whip around from the guys, find out what the biggest stories are, and some predictions for this year coming up in just a few days. Chad Benson, Sip It, 99.7.
12:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. And drivers, we've got a big problem on the North Loop going northbound. There's a crash blocking the left lane there at Rosa Parks Boulevard. That's backing things up fast. And then on the North Loop, 65 southbound, right near the northern split. Still working that crash there. Vols fans out there at Nissan Stadium for the big Music City Bowl against the Fighting Illini today. Could be 38 degrees with lots of sun by the time kickoff rolls around. Go Big Orange! Full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Right now, about 66 miles north of Nashville, emergency crews still on the scene of a fiery train derailment in Todd County, Kentucky. 31 CSX rail cars went off the tracks near Trenton, sparking a fire in a car carrying molten sulfur. Well, the blaze is out. A shelter-in-place order has been lifted as air quality checks came back safe, but Highway 41 there remains closed.
Very heavily traveled road. No injuries, so we're very, very fortunate and very thankful for that.
Yeah, the cause of the derailment is under investigation. Tennessee, now in a moderate flu activity zone. Local clinics reporting a spike in urgent care visits and hospital admissions. Doctors recommending vaccination and good hygiene to slow the spread. Also, if you feel sick, stay home. And Memphis Democratic State Rep Antonio Parkinson's pushing for a big change in Tennessee. His Freedom to Farm Act that he's going to introduce in the 2026 legislative session would let adults grow marijuana at home for personal use. Each household could have 15 plants, 5 mature, 5 intermediate, 5 budding. Parkinson says it's about self-sufficiency and avoiding taxes, but selling marijuana would still be against the law.
And for them to be able to grow it and supply themselves and not depend on our health care system, not depend on government or anyone else, and to keep government and our tax system and everyone out of their business.
Parkinson says he wants people to access what they need without taxes added, like in other states that have legalized marijuana to some extent. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
All right, Middle Tennessee winter is coming. It's here. So January and February, you're going to see the cold come in. Yes, even some snow. So it's time to get your home ready. And you're going to do that with Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. They've got deals to keep you warm and worry-free. So HVAC, 0% financing, 18 months, complimentary UV light with any new unit install, and free 5-year labor upgrade. It's a $750 value. Plumbing, 0% financing, plus 50-gallon water heater with select repipes, or $600 off if not applicable, and $600 on a Halo filtration softener combo. You could save. That's awesome. Indoor air quality is always good. 15% off UV lights when you book a premium duct cleaning and service special. Just $49 for multi-point furnace inspection and $250 off any smart auto whole home water shutoff. For peace of mind during freezing times, you know what it is. It's calling Busy Bee. Buy one membership, right? So the Beehive membership, you can get one for free for a friend. So what are you waiting for? Call Busy Bee today, 615-775-7833, or visit them online at busybeehvac.com. Busy Bee, your comfort, our mission. Good evening. I'm Chad Benson. Does sound like that, right? Also sounds like we're at a hospital. Sorry, ma'am. Couldn't save him. Because he smoked weed. He took all those gummies. No.
There's a hallway in Vanderbilt Medical Center where it's basically up on the overhead. It gives you directions to different departments. And I used to have a picture of it, but I don't anymore. But there was one that said gynecology restaurant.
Oh, that's good. That's an odd one, right? I mean, a gynecology restaurant. How about those apples, huh? What are you guys serving today? No, Chad, don't say it. I'm not going to. So you guys get where I'm going with that. All right, 2025 is almost gone. Let's take a look at, what do you think the biggest stories of the year? So politically, obviously, Trump coming back was the biggest story. I would say that, you know. Now, Trump's move inside of there, you know, we can debate which one was bigger. But there's no doubt as far as the biggest story here in America. I think worldwide, actually, I think Pope Leo might be one of the biggest stories of the year.
Yeah, the fact that he's the first American pope.
Yeah.
And they were always so vehemently opposed to an American pope because they didn't want that. I mean, there's so much political power in this country and military power. They didn't want that religious faction to be able to have American power.
Yeah. And I thought, and because you got to think about it, too, with Pope Leo, or, when you get a new pope, but you think about it, it's what happens here. Yes, Trump will have some effect, but as far as, that's a political thing. But as far as a story, when you think about it, because Ukraine doesn't affect what goes on in South America, but you know what? A lot of Catholics there, a lot of Catholics in Mexico, a lot of Catholics here, a lot of Catholics in Asia, a lot of Catholics in Europe, right? Down under. Good eye? Yeah, some Catholics there as well, along with spiders and all kinds of other things that get you.
Big spiders.
Big spider. You better watch out right there. There's a crikey spider. I'll tell you that right now. So I think that's a huge story. I think the biggest singular thing, though, obviously Charlie Kirk, for us here as a moment, was easily the biggest moment.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
especially here, because it had a personal impact because of Chris being friends with him and having worked with him. Chris Hand,
Yeah.
But knowing him as well as he did.
So that is that was it had a huge. Chris was, for those of you guys who don't know, behind the scenes. Chris, it was tough on him for more than it was really it ate him up inside, and he did a great job handling it. And it's it was a tough thing. He was broken up, and I admired the way that he handled it. It was and that's why. Plus, the business we're in too is that's the business. Earlier today, I had somebody on from Turning Point. That's kind of the business we're in. So, but I think that was the singular biggest moment of the year. But I don't know. As far as globally, outside of Pope Leo, the wars aren't ending anytime soon. I think we know that. I don't. I think the pooter's just getting started.
I just think he's waiting. He's just waiting for the next election.
He is.
That's the thing about these dictators, Xi and Putin. They can just wait.
That is so.
Because neither of them have to worry about an
No,
election.
Well, they're always, reelected overwhelmingly, guys. Come on. Their people love them.
Yeah, they do. Have you noticed that? They never lose. Sometimes it's a shutout. Other guy.
But you know what, though? I do give Trump props for at least trying.
Yes.
My gosh, man. This man, he is trying.
Yeah, he is. He's got no. Here's the thing. I think two things, because I talked to my buddy Mike Lyons, military guy today. I said, "Do you think Trump thought his relationship was Putin, and he got played a little bit?" He goes, "Oh, absolutely." He goes, "Putin plays everybody." He goes, "You're not dealing with a businessman. You're dealing with a maniacal individual who's a sociopath and kills people and has had people killed."
And he pulled this same kind of thing with George W.
Yeah.
He conned George W. right down to the bone.
It was, think about this. He tried to get Clinton to allow him into NATO. He's like, "Do you think maybe we could join NATO?"
Yeah.
Clinton's like, "Yeah, I don't think so." Well, maybe, I don't know.
No.
What's her name? She's nice. So, but I think he overthought his relationship with somebody who is, he's Hannibal Lecter. And so, and the other thing is he's got no reason to get off the off-ramp, any off-ramp right now. His next off-ramp is Kyiv. So that's my taking on that.
It's going to take some seriously big internal pressure, like what ended the Afghan war, to really cause a major shift in what he's willing to do.
Yeah. It's got to be two things. It's got to be the offense is so great that he's going to have to rethink it, or so many bodies are going to have to come home to mothers, because that's what stopped the original Afghanistan war in the 80s with them, is so many bodies came home that the mothers said, "We had enough. You're killing our future." And by the way, that future, he's destroyed their future for 2 to 3 decades. I was watching, because I watch all these influencers. There's a guy in Siberia. And by the way, for the people in Siberia, is it cold? Yeah. Then you go there and you realize, wow, this is a modern city with like 1 million people. And he's like, "I'm walking around here, and there's not one man under the age of 40. It's just nobody. They're gone." So you've had a brain flight, you've had all that stuff. So,
wow.
I think that's going to be very interesting when it comes to them. And as far as Venezuela, it's just when, When do you think that's going to happen? New Year's? The closer it gets to Epstein, the closer it gets to Maduro. That's what I heard. And that was a CIA thing that happened the other day. And nobody was supposed to know that.
Who leaked it?
Trump.
Oh.
Yeah, he mentioned it.
The CIA is like, oh, God.
He mentioned it in that WABC radio interview there in New York, and I don't think he was supposed
As
to.
soon as that came out, the CIA was burning papers.
Yeah, and whatever he said, remember? That was, what he say? It was like, well, they facilitate.
Yeah, he said it's where they load the ships
To facilitate the facilitation?
to implement the drug trafficking, and it's where they implement.
Yeah, I think that person's like, I don't even think he knew afterwards. Like, I have no idea what I said there. We blew it up.
Yeah, well, he said it's no longer around.
So they said there was nobody in the building, although they're reporting today that 2 died. Because there's let me tell you something, guys. If you ever have to get a job in another country, never be a cleaner late at night in some building that's going to get blown up by the
Oh,
U.S.
wow. Yeah.
Never do it. You're like, I just got a regular old janitorial. No, don't. You're next. So we'll see. Maduro laughed it off, apparently. You know what I do think is going to happen this year? I think, how many assassination attempts do you think there's going to be on Zelensky? Because that is what now he is going hard at. Putin said he's going to get him. And I wouldn't be surprised if he comes. There's going to be some big assassination attempt on him.
I'm sure, the one thing that I think he's done well is keep himself protected, because with all the damage that's been done to Kyiv and the fact that that's the capital, that I would have expected him to have been taken out already.
I would. He's never there though. See,
well, that's part of the security.
Yeah, but he's always like you're not going to take him out at Mar-a-Lago. But I have a feeling though he's going to come harder than before. See, the thing is, I think if you take him out now, if you took him out, I don't. With Biden, I think that would have rallied the country to a certain level. I think at this moment in time, people are exhausted. And I think I wouldn't be surprised if they come hard in a way that we've not seen before, because he wants to just run roughshod all the way to Kyiv.
Well, and he's got so much pressure on him to win the war, because he told his people it was going to be over in 3 days, and it's been 3 years.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So,
and is it because the Russian military is that inept?
Yeah, part of it is there's an ineptness, because he put the casual soldier comparatively to the big army out there originally.
Gotcha.
But the other stuff is they didn't have modern technology.
Yeah, their bench was not deep when it came to
He went out and all of his oligarch buddies got massive contracts. They built stuff out of cardboard. And when the U.S. and Europe started giving them actual weapons, they were caught with their pants down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was a big problem. So they became a paper tiger.
Plus, Ukraine has done a very effective job of drone warfare.
Yes.
Which, has not been done to this level in the past. And they have taken out some seriously big targets using drones en masse.
That drone stuff was because that was all, very much guerrilla-like. They were getting stuff off of Amazon.
Yeah.
The other side of it, too, is, and if you're going to fight, right, you're picked up off the street, you have 4 weeks, they ship you off, if and they do that, why am I here, right? If you're in, Ludensk or one of these other places, you're fighting for not just your life, for your existence as a people. That's a different thing. It's like backing up an animal against a wall. So they have more to fight for. And, you're just getting snatched off the street. Yeah, it's that tough thing. That is. So, but I think that's going to go on. I think, I don't know what's going to go on with Israel. I do think, though, we're going to see some big stuff in Iran this year. And it's going to come sooner rather than later. I've been telling you guys, watch this. Their currency, the real, has crashed. Their inflation's through the roof. they are taking to the streets en masse. And as long as we keep out of everybody's way, which I hope we are, I mean, don't listen to Bibi, let's go bomb them. They're going to collapse sooner rather than later. And they're on the same kind of path as Cuba when they shouldn't be. And that's going to happen sooner rather than later. So a lot more of our, what do you guys think is going to happen this year? Let us know in politics. We're going to get to more politics a little bit later about our predictions for 2026, the midterms and what other. And we got a bunch of other good stuff along the way we're going to talk about, and some crazy predictions as well. I want to hear your crazy. What do you think is going to happen in 2026? It's going to be super crazy.
The aliens are finally going to rebuild it.
That was my big one.
Space aliens, I should say.
I had two big takes today. One of them was we at some point in time are going to find out whatever it is. We may not even understand it, but they're going to eventually have to say, look, there is something else, and you may not understand it, but neither do we. So I think you're right on that one.
They're finally going to come forward.
They are.
With a cookbook.
How to serve man.
To serve man.
To serve man. It's going to be great. We're going to serve man. All right, coming up. Somebody's a billionaire. Congratulations to you. And it's not the person who won the other day in Arkansas, which wasn't Bobby Bones or me. Talk about that. And China. This is funny. There's your two separate stories. One of them's in Denmark and the other's in China. We will talk about this, and it has to do with weight loss. Straight ahead, Chad Bencio, Super Talk 997. Prize Picks, your opportunities abound with the Prize Picks. I'm telling you guys right now. So some of you out there, I've talked to you, your fantasy league's over, but you still like that. You get it, right? You want to play, you want to do some stuff. Guess what? Plenty of opportunities with Prize Picks. Okay, they got great things going on at Prize Picks right now. Remember, it's America's #1 fantasy sports app, and you can win big, up 2,000 times your money. And you do it by what? Playing lineups. You set your lineups based on projected stats of the players, nothing to do with the teams, more or less. That's it. Whether it's more or less three-pointers or more shots on goal or more, touchdown passes or yards, catch, all of that stuff. That's how you set the lineup. Simple and easy to do. They got tons of stuff like early payouts, stacks now, injury reboots, right? You get an injury, have a chance to reboot right there, which is great. So what are you waiting for? Download the app right this second. And check this out. When you use my code Chad, right? You go throw a couple bucks in there. You play that first $5 lineup. Immediately, they give you $50 in lineup straight into your account. Win or lose after you play that first $5 lineup. So download the app today for Prize Picks. Use my code Chad to get $50 in lineups after you play your first lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Hold on. Let me find that thing that I lost already. Must be 21 in Tennessee. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-889-9789.
Selling your home can be stressful, but it doesn't have to be. Get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. There are no showings, no open houses, no stress. Work with the #1 real estate team in the U.S. and close with confidence. Go to markspain.com today.
Hey, this is Pastor Al, and join us on Super Talk 99.7, Sunday evenings from 7 to 8. We're going to look at the news from a biblical perspective.
All right, drivers, we've got a big problem. Briley Parkway northbound at County Hospital Road, exit 25. A crash is blocking the right 2 lanes. There's a lot of debris in the road there, too. Also, still working a crash. This is going to be the North Loop going southbound right there near the northern split. And about 66 miles north of Nashville, they've got some good news after a train derailment. We'll tell you about that coming up at 1 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Controversial, but fat people are also trashy, especially in elite spaces. I'm Tria Trinity, the identity expert, and I'm teaching you 12 ways to remodel your life by the end of the year. And today is tip number 10. Lose the weight. I went from being a size 16 to a size 4, negative 160K in debt to 7 figures. I know exactly intimately what it's like to be in these elite spaces with very wealthy people as they question your competence because of how big you are. If you cannot take care of your body, you cannot take care of a business, which means you cannot take care of deals. It just makes people question you. So why would you even put yourself in that situation? Overweight in elite spaces is also trashy.
Don't be trashy.
You're a racist.
Why do these white women talk the same way?
Because they get taught that in school at Brown. They're like, what's the most condescending thing that you can do tone-wise to turn anybody off for anything and make them stop listening to you? They're like, boy, do we have a voice for you.
It's just like that.
Well, Kylie would tear her apart.
Kylie would, because she's by the way, she also says, I've got one where tattoos are trashy. Everything's trashy to her because she's rebuilt her life. She used to be fat. Now she's not.
Now she's judgy.
There you go. You know what? I liked you better when you were fat. Less judgy, right? Right? More hungry, less judgy. Speaking of that, speaking to larger people. So guess what China's doing now? If you're fat, you go to a 28-day fat prison where and it's very strict, where they lock you up and help you lose weight rapidly.
Help you as in force.
Whatever you want to say.
Really?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Obese individuals enroll in this. And
voluntarily, I take.
Yes, with the help of, hey, you probably, I'm not saying you should, but maybe.
But this soldier over here thinks you might ought to.
By the way, while you're here, give us $1,000.
Get in the truck.
That's also going to help you lose weight because you're not going to spend all that money on crayfish or whatever it is that you're eating over there, because they put some of that in there. It's like, oh, God.
Crayfish.
So, because they show this thing that you're supposed to be eating. There's a lot of broccoli in what they're eating. I would starve. You know what would be gross? You and I go there, they just give us peanut butter. Like, oh, this is going to go poorly for all of us. You're going to have to roll me out of here. Oh, jeez.
Go over there asking for Chinese food, and they don't know what you're talking about because to them it's just food.
No instant ramen noodles, no dried and fried snacks. Everything is forfeited. All you get is protein and hours upon hours of working out. So you're not gross, like they said, and trashy. You don't want that, kids. Coming up, hour number 2 of the program. It's a very interesting thing. They're looking back. They found this thing that Gallup poll did in 1998, asking people about 2025, what they think the world's going to look like. We'll see how close we were. Chad Benstow, Super Talk 99.7.
One o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. 34 degrees right now in downtown Nashville. It is cold sunshine out there, but aside from the cold, it's a great day for some football. Music City Bowl today. Vols taking on the Fighting Illini of Illinois. Could be 38 degrees by the time they kick that thing off. Full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Right now, about 66 miles north of Nashville, officials say they're fortunate for no injuries after a train derailed in Todd County, Kentucky this morning.
CSX train had about 31 cars derail, one of which was loaded with molten sulfur, and that's what was giving off the smoke cloud.
Well, crews quickly extinguished the flames, and a shelter-in-place order was lifted. Residents can resume normal activity. However, the highway there, which is said to be heavily traveled, that's going to be Highway 41, that's shut down between Trenton and Pembroke, Kentucky. No timeline for reopening. No word on the cause of that derailment. Flu season is hitting harder in Tennessee. The state has moved to moderate activity as cases surge and influenza A dominates. Health leaders stress the importance of vaccines and early treatment. They say wash your hands, mask up in crowds. They say stay home if you are ill. And a new bill could give Tennesseans the right to grow their own marijuana. Representative Antonio Parkinson, Democrat out of Memphis, plans to introduce the Freedom to Farm Act in the upcoming session. He says it would allow one adult per household to grow 15 plants.
5 adult plants, 5 intermediate plants, and 5 budding plants so that they can continue to have, the supply of marijuana that they need personally, whether it's for medical purposes or whatever.
Parkinson says the goal is personal access without taxes, but he says selling marijuana would still be illegal. Those traveling by car this holiday not going to feel as much of a pinch at the gas station. Gas prices on a steady decline, fueled by more supply, lower demand, cheaper winter blends. We get more from ABC's Sam Sweeney.
This is the 5th week in a row that oil prices have continued to slide. Gas prices dropping $2.75. And normally we do see a bit of a break at the pump during the winter months, but nothing quite like this. Again, we haven't seen these numbers since 2021.
Right now in Middle Tennessee, the average price per gallon is going up more than a dime since yesterday. We're at $2.63 per gallon in Middle Tennessee, according to Gas Buddy. And the Virginia man accused of planting 2 pipe bombs at DNC and RNC headquarters on the eve of the January 6th riot was in federal court for a detention hearing.
Federal prosecutors say shortly after his arrest, Brian Cole Jr. waived his Miranda rights and initially denied but ultimately admitted his guilt. In court papers, Cole is said by prosecutors to have explained how he learned bomb making by watching YouTube videos. He's said to have told investigators he was relieved to see the bombs did not detonate because he said he didn't want to kill anyone. When asked why he planted the devices at the 2 major party headquarters, prosecutors say Cole responded, "I really don't like either party at this point."
That's Stephen Portnoy in D.C. And the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Thunderstruck. I was watching something last night about 10 bands that lost their lead singer, or the lead singer quit. And one of them was Iron Maiden, and their first lead singer, because what happened? He got a chick pregnant. He had to quit. You can find him now teaching guitar at...
Passed away.
Huh?
Paul Diano passed away.
Yeah, no, but the first guy they had, he had to leave the band and get a real job.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Paul.
No, he had the first guy they had to leave the band and get a real job because he'd got somebody pregnant. And he said, I can't afford to do this anymore. I got to take care of the family. And so now he's at Guitar Center teaching, I'm sure. You can see him in a members only jacket. So, because I was just thinking.
Not in an Iron Maiden members only.
No, not in one of those. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. So 2025, we're saying goodbye. But 1998, we said goodbye to that a long time ago. Gallup poll did this thing. They asked 1,000 people, right? And this is when Bill was in a little trouble. I don't know if you guys know this, had some problems.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what right now. That was crazy. She was worth it, though. I like curvy girls. They asked people about what do they expect in 2025. And it's very interesting. So they've got it broken out. Will happen, won't have happened. The emergence of a deadly new disease by the year 2025 happened. 75% of people said that was going to happen. Gay marriage will be commonplace. Not here in Tennessee. Okay, but other places. 74% said yes. The country will have elected a black president. 69% of people said yes. Physician assisted suicide will be commonplace. It's growing, but it's not commonplace. The environmental catastrophe will have occurred. Some big one. Well, that happened. I mean, you know, we've had more than a few. I mean, we were just talking last hour about Palestine, Ohio, and you've had obviously what happened in Japan. The country will have elected a woman president. That didn't happen. Illicit drug use, marijuana, such as marijuana and cocaine, will be commonplace. Yeah, it still is.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say it was commonplace.
It was then, and it is now. Didn't you guys come from the 80s? The 80s was cocaine. People will live routinely to be 100. It's happening more, but no, not regularly. AIDS will be cured. That happened. It's not cured 100%, but it's no longer a death sentence. Not even close. Cancer will be cured. 59% of people thought that was going to happen. No, that has not happened. Most stores, check this out. This is incredible. Most stores will be replaced by shopping on the internet. 56% said that's going to happen. Well, kind of. More and more people will be doing their jobs from home. 50-50. They're pretty right about that.
Yep.
And the United States will be involved in a full-scale war, or 4, or 8, or 10. So now, this is
that
what
was the safe bet.
That was, yeah. By the way, that's like saying there's going to be an earthquake in California or Japan. Pretty safe to say that. Okay, now this is what Americans thought was less likely to happen. So those were all things that Americans thought were going to happen from 98 all the way to 2025. Cars will largely be replaced by mass transportation. That didn't happen. Cloning of humans will be commonplace. No, not because people don't want to, but we're still trying to pretend we're ethical. Most people will be self-employed. 65% of people said that. Space travel will be common for ordinary Americans. No, but I could see that.
It's sort of common now, but not for ordinary.
Not for no. You got to have money. I mean, if you're a guy, you know, if you're rich and you've got several $1 million and you can pay to go up, you know, as an ordinary American. But you can't, you know, they're just not grabbing somebody from, you know, down the street going, you want to take a ride? And humans will have made or received contact with alien life forms. Still got some time on that one. Well, that was pretty, when you think about it, that's pretty damn good. Because none of those things were out of the, you know, crazy thing. I mean, you and I, can we believe that something's going to happen, at least in 26 with aliens?
Yeah, I don't know what they're waiting on.
Well, Let me tell you what happens, Ken. The closer we get to Epstein, you see, the closer he was with the aliens. Oh, Chad. I don't know what we're waiting on either, but I always feel like when something crazy happens, you know.
The aliens are waiting on us to stop smoking pot.
So you heard about that, did you?
We do not like you to smoke the weed. We do not do that on our country, in our world.
I don't think they do that. What if they get here and that's all they do?
They're Jamaican aliens.
Jamaican man, you're crazy. You guys can't even believe what's going on. It's a free world. That's crazy, man. That's it like it. You know what I mean, man? We're flying around all the time, just smoking out there. We wake and bake.
Oh, that voice is fun. I was watching some. Have you seen the guy that dresses up like a Mickey Mouse and goes to the gyms and works out?
No.
And every time he'll do like a bench press, he goes, ha ha, ha ha. And people are filming and they're trying not to laugh at him. He goes, ha ha, ha ha. Oh my Lord. Crazy. Somebody said yesterday, okay, Vicky said gas was $2.13 yesterday in Manchester. It's now $2.65 today.
Yeah, that was happening yesterday afternoon during drive time. People were reporting that it was going up at the various places they were.
Yeah.
And like the average today in Middle Tennessee is up more than a dime since yesterday. It's $2.63 per gallon on average today, according to Gas Buddy. Yesterday it was at $2.49.
Is there a reason?
I haven't seen. I don't know.
We might go to war with Venezuela.
That's what we were pontificating on yesterday.
It's, you know what? It's a weird thing with, and if you watch Landman, you know this, but when I used to trade oil, because I was really big in the energies and currencies when I did the commodities, that you want oil to come down, but not too far. There's a sweet spot of oil that you always want to try to maintain. Because when you drop below that, then it costs too much money to take it out of the ground, especially when you're fracking and certain things like that. And so you lose for every barrel. So they just, they'll stop. And so you want to keep that, that kind of $60 to like 75-ish. You don't want to get too high, but if it drops too low, then it's not worth it. And that's a big industry. So Jamaican aliens are landing here feeling all different.
Oh, man, feeling the difference. You know what I mean, man? Flying around all the days.
I've got an Instagram account I follow that's AI.
Yeah.
Called Jamonkey.
Oh, yes, you do.
Oh, my gosh.
Jamonkey is hilarious.
That thing is
so funny.
Oh, that is so crazy, man.
Oh, for the big man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they're aliens, though. I think what we're going to find out is it's a different dimension. And they're not going to know how to explain it to us. Because we probably won't understand it fully. But what happens? Okay, you guys can answer this out there in the text land. We like when you do that. If there was something out there, how do you think the world reacts to it? Because,
Well, I think the first thing that happens is there's mass panic. And then, depending on what the aliens do, things either chill out or get worse.
And, because it was Luna, Rep Luna, Anna Paulina Luna, whatever her name is, from Florida. I think it was her boat. They were on with, was it? It might have been Rogan, but they were talking about the things that they had seen. Is we're thinking about it in a much, you're thinking coming from space, think there's a ripple in time and they're coming in and out of those rips and it's a different dimension and they're not friendly, but they're also not friendly. It's a little bit more of a kind of standoffish thing. But I think we're going to find something out this year. I do. I think this is the year. So, and the closer we get to whatever, I don't know, something. Because it always feels like something big happens when we get, it's like, hey, you guys bombed Venezuela and invaded? Yeah, but you guys didn't hear about the aliens, did you? There's a crisis or anything, oh, let me tell you about the aliens. So I think this is the year. I think this is it. And then the thing is, too, so let's say, because eventually when that happens, and this is, again, Ken and I believe this. You believe this, too, though, right? Like, it's different dimension-y kind of things, or no?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I think it's all crap.
Think so, yes.
I just have no, there's nothing scientifically that allows me to have confidence that there are other beings out there in the universe that can reach us.
Well, that's why I'm saying not the universe as we think it. Think of it as it's parallel. And there's a different Bell in another room living a different life, and that they're further ahead.
There are openings.
Yeah. And that guy's living a way cooler life than you.
Oh, ain't that that would not be a difficult task.
Oh, why, man? Oh, because I've watched Family Guy, and Stewie's always going to jump in time. So, that'd be kind of neat.
Of course, with my luck, my other person is only 3 feet tall instead of 5.
That'd be hilarious. Oh, man. That's going to be hilarious. Or they all show up and they're way better looking than us. And like, don't show our wives. But I think, yeah. And if we've known about it for a long time, which obviously we have, then how do you trust government at all for anything?
Well, I think they've already screwed the pooch on that.
Oh, yeah, they've done that.
Yeah.
So this will be a very interesting thing, I think, when it comes to what happens with that, because I do have a sense that there's some big stuff happening next year. I think it's going to be good stuff, too. And, we're going to do our kind of look forward and some predictions for some of the things we think are going to happen coming up in a little bit. But it's going to be interesting to see the way that just everything, plays out. Because you got the midterms, you got the weed, always with the weed. Oh, man. So did they already kill that bill, Ken?
It's already dead.
Already dead.
It's got about as much a chance as Afton's pot for potholes did.
Yeah, I know.
They killed that in committee, didn't they?
If you went to people, this is how uppity some people are. If you went to them today and said, look, we're going to make marijuana legal, but we guarantee with its legality now that there's going to be a cure to cancer, people are like, I just can't allow that to happen.
My son took one puff off of a joint, and the next day I came back, and he had needles in his arms.
That's like drawing a line from, to milk to alcohol. Pop is the first thing, soda to drink. You're like, no, it's not. And go look at the numbers when it comes to deaths because of alcohol. Sudden death and death and poisoning itself up around 6,000 a year. And chronic illness because of it, it's near 200,000. But we're not outlawing that. You want to know why? They got a better lobbying group. That's why.
Well, not only that, it's so ingrained in society at this point that if they tried to do that again, I think it would make the original prohibition look like child's play.
Oh, God, yeah.
People would be just, trafficking it 10 times as much.
Well, especially now that you can make it at home. And that's an interesting thing. That is an interesting thing about the making it at home. I wonder how much, we got to look that up, how much you could make here at home beer. That is because it's so weird because the whole thing with this marijuana bill is you can grow some, you can grow 5 plants or 3 plants each? Is it 5 big ones? 5 kind of ones?
I thought it was 15.
15. So it's 5, 5, and 5. You can't have 15 big ones. Because at that point in time, you're moving weight.
Yeah, well, not only that, you better be smoking it while it's growing. Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to end up breaking some rules.
You better hope those Jamaican aliens show up. Oh, man. All right, coming up, Hot Take Tuesday. That is straight ahead. Chad Bencio, Super Town, 997. Prize Picks did well the other night on the old San Francisco game. Prize Picks are awesome. So what is this? America's #1 fantasy sports app. We talk about this all the time, picking more or less based on projected stats. And this thing could, you could do all kinds of things with Prize Picks. So you're picking 2 or more players up to 6. You win 2,000 times your money. But it's little things that you're looking for. Like, the games, right? Maybe your league's over. And you're like, I'm really good at this, though. what happens? Well, you go and you pick more or less based on, yards when it comes to receiver. How many yards do they have? When it comes to quarterback, how many passing yards? Brock Purdy, thank you very much the other night. Christian McCaffrey, there you go. Caleb Williams, that's it. Or maybe you want to go, hey, I know basketball really well, so I can do a little bit of both. You can go back and forth. It's awesome. That's what I want you to do. Download the app today. And just for doing that and using my code Chad, $5. That's all you got to play in your first one. $5. You're going to get $50 in lineups immediately in your account. Win or lose guaranteed. Where else are you going to get that, kids? Huh? Because you're a winner. We know that. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use my code Chad to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 line. Prize Pick. It's good to be right. Must be 21 in Tennessee. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-889-9789.
All right, drivers, we got a problem if you're trying to get to downtown Nashville, 40 westbound right after Fessler's Lane. The left lane is blocked there by a disabled vehicle. Still got a crash blocking the right two lanes of Briley Parkway northbound at County Hospital Road, exit 25. And right now, about 66 miles north of Nashville, officials are breathing a sigh of relief after a train derailment. This story and more at 1:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Man, those things folded up. And why? Because they were on the track and somebody put a penny on it. And that was it. It's over. Done. Boom, but they all fell off. Can't even with you guys. Stop that. Stop that. Guess what time it is? Hot take, hot take, hot take Tuesday. All right, my friends. Hot take Tuesday. We're going to start with our good friend and yours, Ken the Weather Wizard.
Knives up in the dishwasher? Congrats. You just turned loading dishes into a game of operation. Tines down. Tines down.
Oh, I like that. Operation. Remember that game?
Yeah.
They should have that in real life when you're getting operated on.
I don't know. Some dishwashers say it's tines up for better cleaning, but what about the people who are then unloading the dishwasher? Have they washed their hands? I've had teenagers in my house.
Yeah.
And I can't trust that they always washed their hands.
No, you can't.
And you never should.
No, because kids are gross. That's the beauty of kids.
I
right?
love them.
Especially Ken's kids, because they're just getting stoned and doing stuff all over the place.
All over the place, because that's all Ken does is weed-a-wana.
I just lay around and smoke pot.
All day with your dog, little Fritz.
Little Fritz. Here,
That's
Fritz.
why he's so small.
Stunted his growth.
You're
shotgunning it in his face.
He's got dreadlocks and sits around all day.
Fritz, go down to the dispensary and get Daddy some more.
The knives, I could see the knives, because we've all done it. We've all reached. But it's almost like I feel like, how do I have to take it out now, though, and double check that it's clean and then clean it myself? Well, then I just wash it right there.
Yeah. Well, that's always been the problem with washing machines.
Yeah.
Is they don't get stuff 100% clean.
Yeah, you got to wash them and then wash them.
Are you listening, ladies?
I did not say that.
I didn't say that.
So what Ken is saying is...
That was
So,
Chad.
Ken, what are you saying? Are we supposed to put the knives in her?
Yeah, you put the knives down.
That's horrible. I don't know about Ken. That's a hot take for you right there. I'll tell you that right now. What do you got for us, Bill?
Nothing that cool. Boneless chicken wings are nothing more than chicken nuggets for adults.
Oh.
Regardless of the sauce on them.
I kind of want wings now.
I kind of do, too.
Me too. Bunch of them.
We're going on Friday. We're taking the kids over to Popstroke, the new golf course. That's the new, if you know what Popstroke is, it opened up on Sunday. It is Tiger Woods miniature golf course, but it's not like miniature golf. There's no clowns. It's like real, there's like, I think 36 holes outside and 18 inside. And they've got, it's like real putting. You're putting like, 100 feet, 50.
So it's basically a putting course.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and you get real putters in the whole 9 yards. And I was looking on their website. The food looks great, and they've got boneless wings. And I'm going to tell them that when I go there. Bell says these are just chicken wings for adults.
Chicken nuggets for adults.
Chicken nuggets for adults. I'll tell you that right now. For me, AI this year is going to have hits. There's going to be real bands, real top 40 CH. What is it? Mainstream? What is it called anymore?
It's the Hot 100.
The Hot 100.
The Hot 100.
Yeah. So they're going to have
CHR and Contemporary Hit Radio was a
when they used to break everything up.
That was manufactured by Radio and Records.
Yes, it was R&R, long time ago. It's where you used to get jobs back in the day. But they're going to have a number one. There's going to be a legitimate star that comes out of this, not just on Spotify, not just on the streaming services, but a true legitimate. I think we're going to get a band or somebody this year.
Well, the labels are investing in this, and they're signing producers that are using it.
And they're telling people they're not.
And if they're going to spend money on it, they're looking for a return.
Yes.
And a return comes from airplay and sales.
Let me ask you, because you did this for a living, going out there. How would you pitch that? So you've got a hot, we'll call them, I don't know, Monkey Nuts or whatever. They go out there, an alt band, they're huge. And, like to the Gorillas or somebody. But you go out there, how do you pitch that to records? I mean, to spin their records, if you will.
You pitch it based on the song. You take the song in, get the program director to listen to it and admit that it's a great song. And then once he said that, then you go, well, it's AI.
I wonder how resistant radio's going to be.
If you've already told me it's a great song, your argument's invalid.
I understand, and I've got no problem. AI's not going
But that's
anywhere.
the way I would approach it. I wouldn't even mention AI till after they had listened to the song.
Yeah. In today's world, does the social media for radio play a big role in that? Like it does for, like, if you want to go sign, you can find all these star country singers and these other guys and go sign them to record deals. But for the radio play, is that going to be a big deal?
Oh, I think it will if you got a producer who can't get attention through the labels or through any kind of industry insider or something like that. And like Kane Brown blew up on TikTok. That's why Kane Brown is a star now, because he blew up on TikTok. Somebody signed him. He's on Mercury Records, signed him, and now he's got a bunch of hits.
Yeah.
So if you put your AI song on TikTok and it blows up, there's going to be a record label going, somebody grab that. We want it.
Who's going to make the money?
The producer and the record label.
The record companies have to love this because there's no artist. The problem is there's no tour, but they don't make the money off the tour like they used to, right?
No, that's actually where you do make your money. Is back in the 70s and 80s, touring was a loss leader to sell records most of the time, unless you were already a superstar. But now the record is a loss leader to promote your tour so that you can sell tickets and merchandise.
And that's where the bands made the money.
Yeah.
Now, though, the record label's like, screw it, we don't have to do any of that other stuff. And the producers now are going to be the most important thing.
Yes.
When it comes to
and
music.
that's already a common thing inside of pop music. Not as much, to a certain degree, country, not as much, rock and roll and a few other formats, but in a lot of formats, the producer is the guy.
So it's going to be crazy. It's a new year. It's a dawn of a new age.
For
and
some
the
reason,
aliens.
I don't like it. And I don't know why.
It's because you're a crotchety old man. Go get stoned.
Somebody reminded me yesterday, Kane Brown sucks, and he wanted us to remind. I also told you that yesterday. I get it. You're not a fan.
Well, Kane Brown can suck all that you think he does, and he's still selling millions of copies.
Yeah.
And getting thousands and thousands of spins.
I don't think he minds.
No. You know what? Not everybody's for everybody. That's the way life is.
It's like coming up and going, you know what, Taylor Swift is really crap to her, or going up to Taylor and go, your music is garbage. And she's like, well, can you excuse me just a moment? I got to go deposit this check.
Yeah. And by the way, you couldn't do that. You want to know why? The 40 bodyguards in front of her before she gets in her limo. And then you get to Travis Kelce. So there's that.
And then Travis jacks you up for bothering.
Yeah, there's that. He's bigger than all the bodyguards. All right, coming up.
When you're that big, when you hit a certain point, you don't care about the criticism.
No,
because
no.
The audience is giving you your validation.
Yeah. And so's the bank account. You're like, oh, my God. Oh, wow. The world doesn't hate me as much as I thought. Look at that. How about those apples, kids? All right. Coming up, predictions for 2026. We're going to throw some out there. Well, let us know what your predictions are for 2026. If you've got some crazy ones, but let's talk some politics prediction-wise. We'll do that straight ahead. Chad Ben Show, Super Talk, 99.7.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Drivers, we've still got the left lane blocked, 40 westbound after Fessler's Lane. There's a car broke down there. And an accident blocking the right two lanes, Briley Parkway northbound at Country Hospital Road, exit 25. We have warmed up all the way to 36 degrees now. It's not a bad day for football over at the Music City Bowl. The Vols and the Fighting Illini, by the time they kick off today, it could be 38 degrees. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Right now, about 66 miles north of Nashville, officials have given the all clear after CSX crews quickly put out a fire after 31 cars derailed in Todd County, Kentucky.
CSX, very appreciative of them getting here as quickly as they did. They had a hazmat team on site. They have since extinguished that, or at least stopped that leak. We had a shelter-in-place order in effect this morning. We're going to lift that now. There is no threat from the incident, from the site. So, again, the shelter-in-place order has been lifted.
Yeah, one of the cars apparently leaked molten sulfur, but again, it is out, and there's nothing in the air, according to officials, to harm anyone. No injuries and no word on the cause of the derailment. Tennessee flu activity has been upgraded to moderate. ABC News medical contributor Dr. Darian Sutton says this season so far has been a tough one.
The flu season this year is earlier and stronger than last year. And if we remember, last year was one of our highest hospitalization rates since 2009.
Now, here in Tennessee, health officials say flu cases have more than doubled in the past 2 weeks, with influenza A leading the surge. Experts are urging vaccination, good hygiene, and staying home when you're sick. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
All right, guys. Speaking Capital Management wants to talk to you as the year draws to an end. Tax time. And there are taxes that are new things that you're going to be able to take advantage of, deduction-wise, when it comes to the one big, beautiful bill. Very big. $10,000 in car loan interest, right? You can deduct that. Remember, these things are temporary. They're going to expire eventually, go away. Sunset, as they would say. But there are certain things that you have to know about these taxes. How about this? You're over 65. You get additional senior deduction up to $6,000. There's a phase out. It's not a complete elimination tax on Social Security benefits, but it does offer you some temporary tax planning options. Then you get to the point where you start thinking about, what about the dollars and cents of it? What about, are you going to outlive your money? But what about living a long time and then maybe get to the point where you need some help? Long-term care. They can help you with that. Health care. Beacon can help you with all of these things. This is what I want you to do. They're local. Sit down. Get to them early in the new year. Call Beacon. Make an appointment. It's a free, personalized financial consultation. Call 615-488-9303, 615-488-9303, or check Beacon out online at beaconcm.com, beaconcn.com, or call 615-488-9303 for Beacon Capital Management. This is the paid placement. $2,025. We bid you adieu, my friend. We bid you adieu. Now we're heading into 2026. There's going to be some interesting things in 2026. So, first, midterms. There's two ways to look at this. First, a blue wave or a blue tsunami. Now, normally, the midterms, party in power loses something. I think they're going to lose the House. If we were to have a recession and it was to be ugly, God willing, that doesn't happen, I could see a tsunami where they lose the Senate too. And then it gets ugly from there. Ugly from there. So, but I do think that they're going to lose the House. And a lot of that's their own doing. You got a lot of retirements. You got a lot of, it's not, at this point in time, you would expect this. Even if everything was going semi-okay, you would expect this. But I think there's a lot of worry out there. So that's what I think is going to happen there with the House. As far as the economy goes, I think we're going to have a pullback. I think we're going to have a bit of a pullback in the beginning of the year into the second quarter. I don't think it's going to be huge. I don't think we're going to fall apart. I don't think it's going to be 2008, return to cannibalism. But I do think it's going to be a bit uncomfortable. But I also think we're going to pick up steam. And here's the big one. I think they're going to kill the filibuster in in early February. Oh, that's a hot take. Very hot. Very, very hot. So those are a few of the things I think that are going to happen, along with the aliens. By the way, somebody just said that there is, they don't think the other dimensions are just us in other dimensions. So we don't have to worry about competing with better looking us's, which is good. Which is absolutely good. Because I don't want to worry about that. It's our fear, right? They're tall, dark, and handsome. We're like, oh, geez. So it's going to be an interesting year. Politically, there's no doubt. There's going to be some chaos. You know, I definitely think that. And I think that there is going to be a lot of legal wranglings, too, around the next election. Because, you know, Trump recognizes, let's be real, there's a lot that, you know, Trump does that's crazy, you know, that he does, I know, to piss people off. And he's puts his name on stuff.
He's the master troll.
He is the master. He's the greatest troll in political history. Well, in modern political history. By the way, just to let you guys know, when we talk about stuff, go back and look at our founding fathers. They dueled. They fought. It was a different thing. But that being said, the reach that Trump has is great. But he recognizes there's some, you know, there's going to be some issues. And you're going to give up some stuff. That's just the nature of politics. And I don't know, you know, I hear 40% of people think just the Civil War thing, put that to bed. How many times do we have to tell you guys? It's not happening. We don't even want to leave the house. What's to make you think you want to go somewhere and fight somebody in the park? What are we, the Sharks and the Jets? What was the one in Outsiders? What are they called? The Socias?
We'd be the Warriors.
Yeah, the Socias.
Oh, we'd be the Warriors?
Yeah.
Warriors.
Joe Walsh would be our theme song.
We don't want to be the Orphans.
No, the Orphans got their asses kicked.
They did. Absolutely.
The Furies were pretty cool until they got their asses kicked. They were the baseball bat. The baseball players.
That was the ones that painted themselves black and white. That was bizarre.
Yeah, and they carried baseball bats, and basically the Warriors just took their bats and just beat the hell out of them.
I have to be honest. I have to be honest with you on this one. I don't know if I could be in your gang. It feels like there's a lot of art to it, a lot of painting.
Plus, he'd probably have a lot of meetings, and who the hell wants that?
And there's uniforms too. We're not even just putting jackets on. We actually have to wear baseball uniform. I don't even like baseball. So that'd be interesting. But there's not going to be a civil war, despite what everybody says. Joe Biden cures cancer in 2026. Yeah, I don't think so. That's not going to happen.
Joe Biden has cancer in 2025.
Yeah, he does, and earlier. I think that's definitely something. Here's something that's not going to happen. We're not going to slow down spending. There's that. But I think the filibuster, that's...
Probably speed the spending up.
Yeah, that's it. Let me tell you what happens. Tax cuts with more spending gives us more what? Anybody?
Debt.
There you go.
You got to let the tax cuts do their job and not outspend the revenue increases.
Yeah. Even if we bring in more money, it doesn't matter. And I look at the Democrats and I say, if you guys raise taxes, you'll figure out a way to outspend that. So it doesn't matter. We have a spending problem. We absolutely have a spending problem. Somebody said, I think AI will play a big role in elections. Yeah, I think that's happening. I thought it would be 2028 when we'd have that issue. It happened way faster than I thought. What is it? They say 20% of YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram now is slop. That's AI slop, where it's not a real video.
Yeah, I'm seeing, I wouldn't be able to give you an actual number, but I consume a ton of YouTube, and I am seeing just more and more and more AI videos showing up.
Yeah, just too much of that.
You mean those pretty girls winking at me aren't real?
They are not.
Rats.
Well, but I'm also talking about stuff like there's a fake Avengers Doomsday trailer that's out. That's 100% AI.
The real one came out today, though.
Well, this one, one I know.
The first one I saw, but the real one came out today where Thor was talking to.
And they've done a few other character-driven teasers, but this one was fake, and that's the kind of stuff that I'm seeing.
YouTube has said, starting at the beginning of the year, they're going to eliminate all concept trailers, going after anybody who puts a concept trailer out.
Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah, because I get excited, think, that looks like a good movie.
What a piece of crap.
What a piece of crap.
So you can edit. So can my grandmother.
Can she? Because I'm thinking that's a no.
She can.
Yeah, anybody can. Anybody can. There's no doubt about that. But I think AI is going to play a huge role in this. But I think
and it's also going to start to be present in more of our products.
Yes.
In terms of our electronics and just certainly our computers, and they'll start coming out with, the dolls are getting better and better.
Oh, there they are. Ladies, think about that.
May not need you.
Yeah, you hate men for whatever reason. Trust me, I'm sure some of it is warranted, but soon it won't matter. Soon it won't. I saw a guy, he unboxed one of his dolls the other day. He got a doll just to see, because, he's like comparing them, and the head was not on the body. It was like underneath.
Well, that's entertaining.
It was kind of creepy. He's like, this feels uncomfortable. It does, actually.
I could see them using AI for toasters so that, you never burn your toast, or it always comes out the way you want it, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's yeah. Like the AI now, they've got that in the refrigerators where AI will contact. So you download the app, AI will contact you and tell you what you're missing in your fridge that you would normally get,
and then you can tell it, go ahead and order it from whatever grocery store, and I'll go pick it up.
Yeah, soon they're going to AI will talk. So if your refrigerator or your grocery store will actually talk directly to each other.
Wow.
And and it's like, hey, this person's kind of fat. Maybe this time we don't get him this. Maybe not. They're eating too much peanut butter. I know. I eat a lot of peanut butter is what I'm saying. So, yeah, that's happening already, which is crazy. I mean, AI, it's the jump forward's huge. The loss of jobs is it's going to create new industries. But it's like one of those things, when like oil prices go up, then gas prices get really high, then oil comes back down and it takes gas a while. It's going to be the same thing. But we're not going to see mass layoffs. You may see some companies with that who are more technologically driven. But as far as like a company that's just your average company, they're not going to lay off a bunch of people because they still don't know how to use it.
Well, it's like when cars started replacing horses. There just suddenly wasn't a million cars on the street.
No.
Because people were afraid of the technology to begin with. And they were like, how far can this car go on a gallon of gas?
That's right.
It had to get better and better and better, and it took time to adopt.
And it took time to adopt, too, but it was also it was expensive.
Yeah, it was very expensive in the beginning. Only the rich had cars.
It's always the rich. You guys know who you are.
But those are the guys that take the bullet for the experiment.
Yeah.
If the experiment fails, their money's gone down the drain.
They're the ones that bought the 60-inch giant screen TV for $14,000, so you and I can have one now for 33 cents and throw it away.
I remember in the 80s there was I think it was called the Jaguar. It was a video game console. It retailed for $1,000.
I remember that.
And only rich people could afford that back in the 80s. And the people that bought one, what do you got now? You got a doorstop.
Yeah.
So you spent your money and you lost.
But they're the ones who want to do it because they want to say they have it. So let's let them, and then we'll see how it works out. All right, coming up. Guess what the biggest issue at Disney Epcot Center is for the people that work there? I'm going to tell you that.
Fat chicks?
No.
Gender identity?
Probably both, actually. But no, this one's Epcot. The Disney Epcot is not, there's nothing for them to ride. It's just for them to eat.
Okay.
But there's another problem with other people at Disney Epcot that is hilarious. Ha ha! We'll talk about that straight ahead. Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 997. Speaking of AI, tech bubble, is it here? AI bubble, is it here? The opportunity out there for these things to pop sooner rather than later, I think, is very real. So what are you doing? I want you to talk to my friends over at Bulwark Capital Management. They are awesome. Bulwark, led by my buddy Zach, they were about 40% over market this year. They crushed it. And why is that? First and foremost, they're global investors. So the way that they handle things, value investing, it's always about risk management. They have a plan going in and out of everything. They want to lower risk, lower costs, but they look for value investing in their fundamentals at stuff that's not overvalued, and it's all over, which I love that they do. And they want to talk to you. They're going to give you a free portfolio review. It's not going to cost you anything. They're going to go through your portfolio, show you where maybe you're missing some stuff, where you're at risk for some stuff. Worst case scenario is you'll learn something. And there's no hard sell. That's the beauty of Zach. He gives it to you straight. And that's why I absolutely wholeheartedly believe in him. My family believes in him. He's who I use. This is what I want you to do. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com. Sign up today. It's knowyourriskpodcast.com. Check out their YouTube, their Apple Podcasts, all their other stuff on the major platforms. But sign up for your free portfolio review. Absolutely free for my friends at Bulwark. Knowyourriskpodcast.com. Investment advisory service offered through Trek Financial LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. Investment involved risk, not a guarantee. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Trek 26351.
We'll get you an update on that train derailment about 66 miles north of Nashville. Tennessee flu activity has been upgraded, and a Tennessee lawmaker says you should be able to grow marijuana at home. These stories and more coming up at 2 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
So Disney, Epcot, has a problem. Day drinkers. So Epcot Center, by the way, is...
I don't consider that a problem.
Well, it is when you go to Disneyland. You're like, kids, hold my hat. I'm going to go fight Mickey Mouse. He's a jerk. Try to steal your mom. Ha-ha! They are going, and because they have like 12 different areas. I know it's like, it's been a long time since I've been to Epcot, but you could like, this is the German world, and this is this, and, this is the, Asia. And I guess people are getting there earlier, and the kids are like, this is exciting. And Dad's like, bah! By the time he gets to Asia, he's hammered. Well, we really need Godzilla soup. Fight Godzilla.
Or he gets into Germany, and he won't leave because that's where all the good beer is.
That's it. That's where all the good beer is. So they're saying they're having a real problem with day drinkers who are getting just obliterated. By the time it's noon, they're more than hammered.
There's a simple solution to that they won't impose because it'll cost them money, and that's don't sell booze until after 3.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
But they're complaining about the problem. They have the fix. They just don't want to lose the revenue.
Yeah, but that's a big deal right there, the revenue. But you know what? Or you can ask human beings to not be idiots at amusement parks.
Have you met people?
Nah, yeah, well, I have met people, and that's why I know that's going to fall on deaf ears.
I was getting ready to say that's a tall ask.
That is. That is a huge ask.
Tall glass of wishful thinking.
Absolutely. It's a tall glass of fistful thinking. Ha-ha! Epcot Center was fun. I loved Epcot Center.
I haven't been there since I was a teenager, and I have some flashes of memories, but I think I was much more interested in Disney World than I was Epcot.
Yeah, Disney World was cool, but I always ask my family. So we live across from Disneyland because I grew up within, I could see I'm not only going to see the fireworks, I could hear the fireworks from my house. I've been to Disneyland, God knows how many, 1,000 times or so. And my family decides, hey, you know what we can do? We're going to go to Florida and go to Disney World. Why? Why are we doing that?
Because a world is bigger than a land.
Yeah. You know what? They say right now it is cheaper to fly to Tokyo.
I saw that. You were talking
There was
about that
a
before.
lady who she put it out. It was like for the family, for the hotels, for everything, for a family of 4, not the flights. It was $2,200.
I wonder how much cheaper it is to get into Disney. Is it Tokyo? Is it Tokyo?
Oh, it's like $60, $70.
Whereas here it's what, 140 or something?
Yeah. Now I think next year it's going to go up to nearly 200 for like the park hoppers. That's insane.
Just crazy.
That is $200. What? Who's going? My uncle, he's a weird Disney dude. He always says, he'll look around and goes, we got to raise the prices again. Price out this riffraff. He wants to be like Cartman where he's the only one in the park, which would be awesome. But, it's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. So if you were thinking about day drinking at Epcot, have fun. Jeff Ben Show, Super Talk 997.
Two o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. We keep warming up. We're already up to 36 degrees in the Music City.
It's like a heat wave.
Yeah, just in time for football over at Nissan Stadium. The big Music City Bowl between the Vols and the Fighting Illini. Could be 38 degrees by the time they kick off over there. Nice day for football, though. Mostly sunny skies. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. We'll get you the very latest on that train derailment about 66 miles north of Nashville. But first, we have some breaking news. President John F. Kennedy's youngest granddaughter, Tatiana Schlossberg, has died at the age of 35. The JFK Library Foundation announced her passing this morning after a battle with acute myeloid leukemia. Schlossberg was the daughter of Caroline Kennedy and a journalist and author. The family says she will always be in their hearts. And 66 miles north of Nashville, officials' hearts are beating a lot more normal now. They say they're very fortunate there were no injuries after a fiery train derailment in Todd County, Kentucky this morning. EMA Director Ash Grove says one of the 31 CSX cars involved went off the track, leaking molten sulfur, but the company's hazmat crew quickly contained it, put out the fire.
There is no threat from the incident, from the site. So, again, the shelter-in-place order has been lifted. You can turn your heaters back on and your air conditioners on, whatever it may be.
Good thing, too, because it's just as cold there as it is here. Highway 41, though, going to be closed between Trenton and Pembroke for some time for the cleanup. No word on what caused the derailment. Tennessee flu activity has been upgraded to moderate. ABC News medical contributor Dr. Darian Sutton says this season so far has been a tough one.
We're expecting to see flu illnesses continue, unfortunately, to rise. Not yet a peak. So far, nearly 50 million illnesses. So important to note here, the flu season this year is earlier and stronger than last year.
Here in Tennessee, health officials say cases have more than doubled in the past 2 weeks, with influenza A leading the surge. Doctors say their hospitalizations are on the rise. They're urging people to get vaccinated, practice good hygiene, and stay home if you're sick. A Tennessee lawmaker says you should be able to grow marijuana at home. Memphis Democrat State Rep Antonio Parkinson's proposed Freedom to Farm Act would give adults age 21 and older the right to grow up to 15 plants at home.
5 adult plants, 5 intermediate plants, and 5 budding plants, so that they can continue to have, the supply of marijuana that they need personally, whether it's for medical purposes or whatever.
Legislation would still make it illegal to sell and distribute marijuana. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
This is it, boys. The last hour of the year for me and the show, but we'll be back ready to rock and roll come Monday.
Joan Jones fills in tomorrow.
So we got Joan Jones in tomorrow. Matt's off. If I'm correct, Matt is with Jackson at the football game. Football.
Don't know.
That's what somebody's saying. According to Matt, they're going to that Music City game where it's beautiful.
Jackson's off today, yesterday and today. He's supposed to be back tomorrow.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, they're going to the game.
What time's the game?
Supposed to kick off at 4:30. Football.
Football. I'm excited for the football. And today's weather is going to be at kickoff?
Cold.
All right. That right there is the weather wizard. We got to come up with, what do we call it?
What's that?
The thing that we're going to call for a cold, because we already have, swamp ass.
I can't remember.
We got to come up with the, God, somebody give us a great one too, because I got to produce that for the cold, because it's going to be chilly. It's going to be chilly out there, boys and girls. It's going to be chilly. I don't mind the cold. I'm not too, I would like some snow. At least my kid would like some snow. It'll be interesting to see, how much snow. How much snow do you think we're going to get this year, Ken?
I have no idea.
I don't think we're going to get a ton. I don't. I think it's going to be cold, but I don't think we're going to get a ton.
I'd be all right with that.
Yeah. You know what?
We need at least one really good pounder of a snowstorm.
No,
Yeah.
we don't need that.
Need it. Got to have it.
Why do we need it?
Because it's fun. Get all stoned and goes.
You just want to smoke your marijuana.
Oh, man,
Get
that's
stoned
all
and
you
go
want.
skating on the ice in the street. Just in your tennis shoes.
Oh, good. Have you seen? So, if you guys don't know anything about this place called the Netherlands, there's a lot of canals. Have you seen in the winter what they do? Because everybody there skates, like speed skaters. They skate home rather than drive their cars or take a bike or whatever. They'll hop on the canals and just take off skating home. It's crazy.
Why?
Because the canals freeze over.
Yeah, but so would you on the way home.
Look, and you know what they have over there? Weed. That's probably the problem right there. God, I didn't even think of it.
Let's move the base of the show into the Netherlands.
You know what else? They have the red light district.
Yeah. And they have the Dutch.
Yeah, the Dutch. Isn't that called Holland? No, Holland it's a different place. It's in the Netherlands, but it's think of it like two states. That's what Holland is. So when everybody says Holland, they're very odd, okay? It's like Belgium. You go to Belgium, there's 4 different languages. You got Flemish, you got French, you got German, and everybody speaks English.
And they're so arrogant they had to create their own waffle.
Yeah, they did. And chocolate. Don't forget that.
Oh, that's right.
Goodness me. So it is, we're wrapping up 2025. Man, there's a lot of craziness that happened. We're talking about the biggest story. I think the biggest singular event, though, had to be Charlie Kirk this year. I don't think there was anything that, because not only was, think about this, not only was the horrors of it, and what took place that day, but the ramifications of now the fracture within the party and the, Candace Owens fighting with these people and all of that stuff. That is also blossomed out of this.
Yeah, I was going to say it was the violence of it that made it so horrifically impactful, because if the man had a heart attack in his bed, you'd still be sad that he died, but it wouldn't have that sting to it that this kind of just absolute heinous act brings about.
No, you know what? We talked about that. The elevation of Charlie Kirk, the mythos of him and all of that stuff. If he would have died from, like you said, a heart attack or something, it wouldn't have had the same, and it happened in front of everybody. That was the other thing.
With people recording it on their phones when it happened.
If that was the guy, because, of course, that's the big thing. That's the conspiracy of that. But I think that was the singular biggest moment. Trump obviously was the biggest political story. And, he did some stuff that was good. I give him an A for immigration. Deportations, And that hasn't gone as well. And I saw Heritage Foundation came out and hammered him yesterday. One of the guys from the Heritage, the lead guy, basically say, stop BSing us. You're lying to us about the numbers. That hasn't been great. The economy, some things okay, some things not okay.
Yeah, 4.3% GDP is amazing. But, there's other things that have got to be fixed before he's going to get full credit for the work he's doing.
And the 4.3, that's also tough to put into account. Just like when they had I don't know how much of that I trust because they went and fired the BLS person. Like when the jobs numbers come out and then the inflation. Well, in the inflation, it's at 2.7. It's come down, and then you go and look and you go, you guys put 0 as one of the numbers for like housing or whatever, rent 0. Because we just didn't have time to get it. So we're just going to put 0 as that number. So some of this stuff, and is interesting to see how this thing plays itself out. But I think the beginning of the year is going to be a massive start. What does it look like? Because when you go and break down the numbers of who spent for the holidays, and everybody's like, we spent 4% more. The top 10% bought most of the goods because they're doing well. The bottom 90%, everybody else? No. You got less and you spent more. And that's that's going to be the biggest issue. Because if that thing goes, if we were to see a pullback of any significance, and we still do not know what it looks like when it comes to healthcare and the cost there, which was already ridiculous. Okay, here we go. We got some new names flying in here for our thing. No, I'm not going to use that one. Cold ass, ice ass, chapped ass. So I like that.
Chapped ass.
Yeah. There's a lot of good ones that I cannot use. So, Jason, I can't wear those wooden shoes. Well, especially when you're, smoking all that weed. So, don't forget about the binder story. That was a huge. The whole thing with Epstein is not going anywhere.
And the binder thing was just laughable.
Yes, absolutely.
Look,
100%.
we've gone to all this trouble to format this stuff and give it to you in a nice little binder, and you've already seen every bit of it.
Wait till you guys get the real stuff in a couple months that we don't have because it was a lie.
They handed out hats and pins.
Yeah, that was so funny. Polar ass.
Polar ass.
That was, somebody said you were about to say, because somebody's all frosty balls.
That would be good.
That's it. Time for the frosty balls. We're like Frosty the Snowman, but different. Hey, everybody. It's me, Frosty. Weirdo. What am I smoking? Dude, is that thing alive?
Yeah, but that discriminates against half the population.
Well, we're gonna have like cold ass, swamp ass. It'll be like the heat miser and.
What? It was the heat miser and the what was the winner's?
I'm Mr. Was it Frost Miser? No, Winter
Heat Miser.
Cold ass miser.
Polar miser.
Oh God, I sang that song like 20 times last week, and
I know what is
Frosticles.
Was it Snow Miser?
Yeah, Snow Miser.
Mr. Snow Miser.
Yeah. So I saw this thing yesterday. My wife sent me this thing yesterday. This lady sitting in the car. She goes, I'm not scientific. And she goes, the heat miser and the snow miser pop up. She goes, so what you want to tell me is the snow miser here has officially defeated the heat miser. I don't know if that's scientific or not. Yes. I don't think it is.
Well,
scientific.
It was Mother Nature.
That was their mom.
Yeah.
Remember? She was pissed too.
Yeah, she did not like them arguing with Mrs. Claus.
No, you don't. First of all, don't do that. Right? You recognize that. You've seen Fat Man. Don't mess with her.
No, you don't, man.
And secondly, it's the heat miser's mom, and
she didn't want him eating margarine either.
No.
If you get that reference, you're really old.
Yes, I do. Tundra Tushy. Snowballs.
There we.
So that's a good one. I like that. That's a good one. The snowball report. Balls. Chad, stop saying that. This is going to be, this is going to be, I'm excited for, I would like snow while my son's here, but that's not going to happen because he was excited. Because he comes from this place called San Diego where they don't have snow.
It never snows there.
No, it does not. If it snowed there, something bad happened.
Do people in San Diego get tired of the weather being perfect all the time?
The answer to that question is no, but then they do when they go to pay their mortgage.
Ah.
Yeah, you're not paying for.
Yeah.
You're not. If you move California politics to just about anywhere else in the country, it doesn't work. It works because everybody's, several miles from the ocean, if you will, and it's always sunny.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll tell me, "Oh, Dad, it's hot today. It's like 80. It's like the middle of summer." I'm like, "Really? Really?" Because when he came out here, he did well with the heat out in Arizona because it is dry. It is different. But he struggled a little bit with the heat here. But the humidity, he doesn't mind the heat. But when you live in 75 degrees all year.
Yeah. It's a change.
It is a change.
It's a shock.
It is. Shrink, ice hole. The Peter meter.
No.
So, Fat Man, my wife was like, "What the hell are you watching?" I said, "It's a Christmas movie." It was. Arctic Ass, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's good.
Cold Miser, that was his name. That just seemed too easy.
I'm Mr. Cold Miser.
No, it's Snow Miser.
It's Snow
I looked
Miser.
it up.
It's Snow Miser.
So, you know what's neat about, here's the thing about like San Diego is you can be in the mountains in no time, which is great. And that's why you live there. I mean, I joke about this as a kid growing up in Southern California. I surfed and then we'd snowboard in the afternoon. And think about that. Like you're not doing that anywhere else. It was insane. It's like, dude, we're gonna be Big Bear in a few hours. Oh, it's awesome, man. It's awesome. Went out, we go, we'd surf. I was a longboarder. Wasn't very good at it, but whatever. I'm having fun. And then we go up to and we we go snowboard and I get my hot cocoa.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is. It's great. The Witch's Brass Bra Meter. Brought to you by. So it is Snow Miser's Mr. 10 Below. That's right. Mr. Icicles. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be cold, but I don't think we're going to get a lot of snow because I've looked out and maybe a couple times in the next 2 weeks, we might get a touch of it. But last year, watching my daughter Lily, my stepdaughter Lily, going out and building this igloo that was up for like 5 or 6 days, which was crazy, in the parking lot next to us. And she was out there building it. And she was in shorts, which was funny because she thought it's just every time I bend down and she built this amazing igloo and then eventually broke because it not only warm up, but I don't know if you're aware of this, people at Vanderbilt at times will drink and do stupid things. Just to put that out there, kids. All right, coming up, it is Hot Take Tuesday. This is our last run at the Hot Take of the year. Give us your hottest take on whatever it is. I don't care. Give us your hot freaking take. We're going to do that straight ahead. Chad Benso, Super Tip, 99. Prize Picks, awesome. Fantasy sports, number one fantasy sports app. Right now, Prize Picks has something amazing for you. You go download the app, use my code, Chad, you get $50 instantly in picks, straight into your account when you play your first $5 lineup. And a lineup is easy. You set a lineup. So I'm going to do it. Let me show you how simple and easy it is. So you open up your phone, boop, 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 and you've downloaded your app in the whole 9 yards. And you go over there and you're like, oh, there's my Prize Picks. Now, what am I doing? You're picking more or less based on players' projected stats. So a little Taco Tuesday going on now. Let's say I want to do a little football. Christian McCaffrey, right? 67.5 yards, more or less. Okay, what about that? How about this? Trevor Lawrence, more than 242.5 passing yards, more or less. There you go. A set of lineup, and away you go. That's simple and easy. They've got tons of amazing opportunities, promos, including early payouts, stacks, all of those things. So you know the games. Why not start making some money with it? Go to PrizePicks, download the app. Use my code CHAD now to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, good to be right. Must be 21 in Tennessee. Gambling problem, call 1-800-889-9789.
All right, drivers, still got that disabled vehicle blocking the left lane, 40 westbound after Fessler's Lane. Berry Hill, a crash, partially blocking the off-ramp, 65 northbound to go I-440. And then in Madison, we've got some police activity in the right lane, 65 southbound at Briley Parkway, Ellington Parkway, and in Woodbine, a crash, 24 eastbound at I-440. Tell you about the train derailment in Kentucky. How flu is on the rise in Tennessee, coming up at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Get your flu shot, right? Especially if you're older, you've got compromised immune system. And the other thing is, and this is the most important thing, if you're sick, don't go to work.
That's the biggie right there.
I don't care that you want to use your sick day for a day to hang out with your friends. You don't need to make me and mine ill.
There is a massive swath of guilt that flows over me whenever I have to call in day of, though.
But
I know it sucks.
But here's the thing. That has been conditioned to us that we have to overwork all the time, and it's insane. We have to stop that. We do. We're the most prosperous nation on earth, and we're afraid to call in, and our work's like, we're going to get rid of you. Really? For being sick? And then when you come in and you get everybody else sick, everybody's like, why'd you come in? Because they made me feel guilty. That's why. Just don't come in if you're sick. It's that simple. Let's do it. Hot take Tuesday. Freaking hot take in your face. Here's my hot take. Well, that was a hot take right there. But I do believe this to be a super hot take. AI will have a massive, we're going to see our merging of our first mega artist this year in AI that's going to be something that is not a novelty or just on Spotify or streaming or something, but it's going to have an actual big hit. And then it's going to be weird to figure out. Because it's funny, man, it's those producers that make these things, they're not always good with people. So inviting them on to talk about stuff that's kind of like inviting Sheldon onto a show.
Well, to me, it's in the same vein as what the producers of CNC Music Factory and Milli Vanilli did.
Yeah.
But they tried to hide it.
Yeah, they
Whereas
tried to hide it.
If an AI producer comes out and says, "Hey, I'm an AI producer and I've put this song together," and you're honest about it being AI, I'm accepting of that. But don't lie to me and say you're in the studio with a bunch of people and these guys that you got touring are the people that were singing it.
Would you go and see a concert of like a cartoon-like figure? You could do it in the movies almost like a sing-along. Because, when you go see the Gorillaz originally, they sang behind their cartoon. They put up those things originally. But would you go and, would they try to do something like that?
I don't know. I mean, ABBA's doing it in digital form with all the vocals and the performances. So
yeah, but they were a real band.
Yeah, well, that's a good point.
So
I don't know. I'd have to. First off, it's going to matter how good is the music? How much do I like the music? And secondly, is there anything special about the show that makes it worth dropping the money?
That's true. I think you could do it in more of music in theaters rather than like concert venues. Kind of like they had that whole Demon Slayer cartoon where it was a sing along and they packed the theaters for that thing.
Yeah.
So I think you could do it more like that because people would be more younger generation more accepting. Obviously.
But they packed the theaters because the kids reacted to the music.
Yes, that was the big thing. The music for especially an older generation. All right, Bell, what you got for us?
As a spice, marijuana is much better than oregano.
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding. Boneless chicken wings are nothing more than chicken nuggets for adults.
Yeah, it's true.
You just don't want to have to say you're eating chicken nuggets.
That's true. That is,
well, and plus, you don't risk choking to death.
Yeah.
What's the fun in that?
And if you want to give some to your dog, you don't have to worry about giving him some chicken bones. You don't want that.
No, you don't.
Yeah, everybody knows you don't do that. You wouldn't know, Bill, because you don't have a dog. But I'm just saying. What do you got for us, Ken?
Knives up in the dishwasher? Congrats! You just turned a loading dishes into a game of operation. Down go the knives, spoons, and forks. Because you also don't want dirty hands emptying your dishwasher.
And put your glass pipe on the top rack.
Oh, again with that. Again with your weed. Always with the weed. I'm just kidding. I don't really care. Go smoke weed. Knock yourself out. Oh, that just did it. The whole thing, I've been thinking about the knives thing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's not going to get as clean as it should. Then I'm going to pull it out, and then I'm going to look, now I'm going to have to clean it off. So why didn't I just do it there at the sink at the beginning? Ladies, is that the way you do it?
Our knives are clean.
Nothing to... No.
No. See, Bell said, no, ladies don't do that.
He's not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Oh, he's done enough of those already this year.
Well, that's true.
Hey, I'll take responsibility for
the
mine.
The football one was my favorite. Well, I know she's a ref, but is she going to be home in time to make dinner?
Oh, that was baseball, wasn't it?
It might have been.
She was an umpire.
She was an umpire. That was so funny. When you said that, I was like, oh, put that down. Put that down.
Goodness.
Tell your new lady that one, huh? That'll go over well.
That'll go over real well.
Ooh.
Kylie would like that.
Oh, Kylie would. Kylie would absolutely like that. She would. Because you know what? She appreciates good humor. And it would be only the kindness out there of her giving and caring for everybody, especially white people, who she hates.
Be another example of white misogyny.
Yeah. Oh, white-geny. I like that.
White-geny.
White-geny. That's whiteism, okay? You need to stop with your Caucasianism. Oh, good. We need to start a new ism. All right, we're going to do that in the new year. All right, coming up, we're going to take a look at the biggest stories of the year, talk about some other stuff, some fun, some frivolity. Who knows what else we're doing? You can text the program. I love hearing from all of you. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Drivers, we've got some stuff in the way. South side, got a disabled vehicle blocking the left lane. 40 westbound after Fessler's Lane. Berry Hill, a crash partially blocking the off-ramp. 65 northbound to go I-440. In Madison, police activity blocking the right lane. 65 southbound at Briley Parkway, Ellington Parkway, and then in Woodbine, a crash. This is going to be 24 eastbound right there at I-440. And for the big Music City Bowl, right now we're sitting at 37 degrees. Cold sunshine, but otherwise a nice day for football. The Vols getting ready to kick off against the Illinois Fighting Illini in the Music City Bowl. Kickoff set to be about 4 o'clock, 4:30 this afternoon. Could be 38 degrees by then. Full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Right now, about 66 miles north of Nashville, officials are praising fast response by CSX to a train derailment in Todd County, Kentucky, for being able to lift a shelter-in-place order. But EMA Director Ash Groves there says Highway 41 between Trenton and Pembroke is going to be closed for some time for the cleanup.
Very heavily traveled road. No injuries, so we're very, very fortunate and very thankful for that.
Yeah, the cause of the derailment under investigation. Tennessee is now in a moderate flu activity zone. Local clinics reporting a spike in urgent care visits and hospital admissions. Doctors recommending vaccination, good hygiene to slow the spread. And if you feel sick or are sick, stay home. And you might ask your doctor about antiviral treatment. Memphis Democrat State Rep Antonio Parkinson's pushing for a big change in Tennessee. His Freedom to Farm Act would let adults grow marijuana at home for personal use. Each household up to 15 plants. Parkinson says it's about self-sufficiency and avoiding taxes.
And for them to be able to grow it and supply themselves and not depend on our health care system, not depend on government or anyone else, and to keep government and, our tax system and everyone out of their business.
Now, Parkinson says selling marijuana would still be against the law under his bill. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
All right. I want you guys to go to painisbad.com or call 615-246-5009. Why? That's the Wellness Institute of Nashville. Dr. Mitchell, Dr. Astley are ready to help you get your back, get yourself feeling better. And they do it with a mixture of their amazing brilliance and all the stuff that they know, and they know so much stuff, as well as technology, like the Hydro Wave. It's incredible. So what is the Hydro Wave? First and foremost, there's nobody else that has it in Tennessee. It's a brand new device. Nobody else has it. It stimulates stem cells for cellular healing, repairs it, restoration, no surgery, no needles, no injections. It's about getting your back. It's about getting your life back. Start 2026 off the right way, feeling better than you have in years, and do it with the Wellness Institute of Nashville. They're who I swear by, and I want you to go check them out and check out the Hydro Wave. It is incredible. What they do, the stuff that they know is amazing. Call them today, 615-246-5009, 615-246-5009, or go to painisbad.com. Investing is important, and knowing what's going on in your account is important. Your retirement, what's happening across the board. Most people don't pay that much attention to it. They get a statement. When you talk to my buddies over at Bulwark Capital, they're amazing. And what they do and how they do things is second to none. First of all, being able to reach, it's like a boutique, right? You're dealing with people who are incredible at what they do. Beat the market by, 40% this last year? And they're incredible. Why is that? They, first and foremost, they focus on risk management, low risk, lower cost, lower volatility, and value investing, and they do it in a global way. They're looking to invest globally, all over, in all kinds of things. Not just, we're going to stick you in some mutual funds. They want to talk to you and give you what they call a know your risk portfolio review. They'll go through your entire portfolio, show you what's going on there, where they think maybe you're losing some money, maybe where you're doing really well, maybe, and where you are for your age too, because that also matters, and most people don't pay attention to that. So why don't you do this? Sign up, get a free portfolio risk review from my friends over at Bulwark Capital. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com. That's Know Your Risk, KNOW, yourriskpodcast.com today for your free Know Your Risk portfolio review from my friends at Bulwark Capital Management. Investment advisory service offered through Trek Financial LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. Investment involved risk, not a guarantee. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Trek 26351. Ba-da-da-ba-ba. And Cameron's in, right? I stole Cameron's wallet yesterday on accident. He had to come over to my house and get it last night. His wallet, my wallet, Ken, honest to God, the exact same wallet. And he was sitting in the chair that I was in, and my coat was there, which is where my wallet was. And when he went to get up, something fell on the floor, and I thought it was my wallet. And so it looked just like it, picked it up. I get home, and I look, and I'm like, oh, God, I got Cameron's wallet. I had to call. I had to tell King Louie, hey, tell Cameron. Cameron came zip by my house in his big old truck. Sorry, didn't mean to. He's like, where do you live? I'm like, down the street, next to the Big Bear.
That's fortunate.
Yeah, it is. It was, it was awesome. Somebody said, Chad, lay off Bell. He is not all about weed. Oh, I know that. He likes crack. Just kidding. That's what this guy said. Not me.
Nothing like a sweet hit of meth.
He says, you can smoke crack and glass pipe too. Diversity, baby. That's not very nice. It's not very nice at all. This year, I'm looking out there and thinking, okay, what cool pop culture things can happen? But several people have asked me about a ghoul pool. Bell just looked at what the hell's that?
About what?
A ghoul pool.
A ghoul?
So my buddies do this in L.A., and a ghoul pool is where they talk about the celebrities that they think this time next year will not be a part of everything in life. And I'm like, we can't do that until the first of the year. But no, maybe. Because you're always looking around. Like, it's like Bob Barker. People always would throw out certain names, people in their 90s. And I'm like, that's not very nice. But yeah, think about it. I will say the only person young I worry about is Britney Spears.
Yeah.
I do. I worry about her.
Yeah, I will not be surprised.
No.
And hopefully it never happens, but when that alert pops up on my phone.
No, I would not be shocked by that at all.
She survived a gunshot wound to the face. She'll be fine.
Yeah. Amanda Bynes? That's another one of those? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about her either because she's had a lot of problems. So, a lot of problems. And no, but I wouldn't. Britney would be the least surprising of that. And it's a shame. It is because you know what it is? You're watching people spin out in real life. Self-destruct. Like, we would never hear about these things 30, 40 years ago until later on. But now they self-destruct on their own. Who was it that was it Carrie Fisher?
No, she had a heart attack.
No. Who was the one that, there was a couple of them. Anne Heche had some serious mental issues. But
she had coke in her system when she crashed.
Which was horrible. But, these nowadays, these people are they're doing it, like she's doing it in front of the world, which is scary and sad. And everybody can see it.
Did it.
What?
Amy Winehouse did it.
Yeah, but she didn't have social media. Like today, we would have seen that in a way.
Yeah, but people knew she was spiraling.
Yeah. Well, yeah, everybody knew. My God, she sang a song about rehab. And you know what she said? No, no, no.
Yeah.
I can't. Amy Winehouse, so on a little recordy tour. So I'm in Sacramento, and
It's called a promo tour.
whatever you call it. You know what? I don't need your attitude because you were that guy. Okay, that's just. So, that had just come out. Thank you very much. And it was starting to make traction on the alt side of stuff. It hadn't even come close, and she was known by nobody. So my buddy Hawk was running the alt station up in Sacramento, and I did all of the commercials, and I did a show and everything. And I walk by his office, and I look, and there's a chick passed out on his couch. And I go, Hawk, who's that? And he goes, oh, that's it's a new artist named something Winehouse.
Wino.
Yeah. And you know, because I thought she was kind of cool. She had some tats, and she had like the beehive and all that stuff. It was sad. It was sad though,
She was talented, man.
She was so. Patty Duke. Yeah, I know Patty Duke is a lot of people saying she's 99. Is that it?
Probably.
I had an artist called Days of the New, and Travis, the lead singer, had a lot of mental issues and drug problems, and he ended up on an episode of
God,
what was the
not rehab? It was
Intervention.
Intervention.
Yeah, he ended up on an episode of that. Destroyed the band. He kicked out the rest of the members. The rest of the members went on to get a new singer and form another band called Tantric. We ended up with a platinum album out of that.
God, that's just, you see people that are so talented. Like, somebody just said Karen Carpenter. Ariana Grande. It's tough to watch her. Because when I saw her on Saturday Night Live, she's the most talented, entertainer we have.
But she's so scary thin.
She is
it's
so
a distraction from what she's doing on stage.
Yeah, it is. It is. What movies are you looking forward to? Doomsday, that comes out in 2026.
Doomsday?
Yeah.
What?
That's the, is that the new DC? Is it Avengers? Is that what they're called?
Avengers Doomsday. Yeah, that's December 18th.
On my birthday almost.
And what was the Disclosure Day? Want to see Disclosure Day?
That's June. I think that's the one I'm really looking forward to. Although, you know what? I got to be honest. I said we're going to start doing entertainment reports, and it's only going to be stuff that's real. I follow a lot of these guys who I love their passion for movies, and they start talking about Jing Chang Wong is the greatest director in the. It's boring, right? I don't want to. I watched his movie and it was incredible. It made me feel uncomfortable, and I felt it was hard to get through. No, I want an hour and 90 minutes of crazy chaos or hilarity.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a regular people's update of entertainment. I mean, I just have you seen what's that movie? The Train Dreams.
Train Dreams.
Yeah, that's on Netflix, and it's it's so haunting. I don't want to. You know what I want is a haunting movie? A movie about hauntings.
That's actually good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of some of the horror crap that's come out in the last 5 years.
Long Legs was good.
I have heard from my buddy who can't stand horror movies. I think he worked on it, so he went to see it. Primate.
Oh, yeah. I've seen the ads for that.
Incredible. And it's about Ben, who's this family. Their mom was like a conservationist, and they raised this ape,
little chimpanzee
to be their, with them their entire life, and the mom has died, and
he's like a family member.
They've kept Ben. Well, guess what? Ben's not your friend, much like the rat. Ben, the two of us mean.
I'm also looking forward to the Supergirl movie, and I was not really interested in the Superman movie.
I'm looking. The Supergirl movie looks fun.
Yeah.
Because she looks like,
she's an alcoholic.
She looks fun.
You guys are forgetting about the biggest. It's going to be the biggest movie of 2026.
What?
Nick freaking Cage.
Oh, my God.
It's John Madden.
So I sent you. You got that, right?
Yes.
So, and Al Davis is played by Christian Bale.
Yes.
And Nick Cage, by the way, doesn't even try to sound like Madden.
No.
It's just Nick Cage being Madden.
It's Nick Cage, and he's using his mannerisms.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, the guy I think that's playing his TV partner, Summerall, is Frank Caliendo, who does the greatest Madden in the world. which is hilarious. But it's this. I cannot wait to see it because you're not even trying. That's what I love. It's like, you know what? Let's just make it entertaining.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Nick Cage, baby.
Nick either brings it totally to the table or not at all.
I always tell my kids he's 1 in 7 or 1 in 5. They're like, what? I said he will do 5 movies.
Yeah.
2 are super entertaining, 2 are weird and crappy, and 1 he'll get an Academy Award nomination for.
Yeah.
And then he rolls right into the next crappy movie. That's what we love about him.
I'm going to nerd out on this one, boys. I'm looking forward to The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Which
May
is not
22nd.
Yoda.
It's Baby Yoda.
But it's not. It's different Yoda.
Yeah, it's not. It's a different Yoda.
It's a different member of the same species.
What's the species?
They've never named it.
Yeah, I've never named it.
It's a species that shall not be named.
And here's what's funny is the quote-unquote Baby Yoda, he's like 900 years old.
No, he's 100.
Oh, he's 100? I thought he was 900.
No, Yoda was 900 when he died.
Oh, okay.
Yoda died?
Yeah.
Man, I didn't even
He
know
became one with the Force, you non-nerd.
Is that what happens? You person who has seen a woman naked? Oh, let's see. Greenland 2. Man, Gerard Butler just keeps doing it.
What a waste of time and energy to make that movie.
You know what? I do want to see 28 years later, Bone Temple.
I do too.
Bone Temple.
That's, yeah. So
That's a sequel to 28 Years Later?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it is. It's almost like they're in a ancient land and they're mostly fighting it's like they're fighting amongst themselves, not really with the monsters.
Is it going to have the same cast?
No, it's got Rafe Fiennes. Or not Rafe. Yeah, is it Rafe?
I think it's Ray Fiennes.
Yeah, it's Rafe Fiennes.
Which you can't go wrong.
No, you can't.
He's a great actor.
He is. Send Help looks interesting.
Send Help.
Yeah, that's Sam Raimi, who did.
Oh, I mean, enough said.
It's about
Sam Raimi.
Rachel
I'm in.
McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. She is like a dork, and they work for a company, and they're on a private jet, and they crash, and he's their horrible boss, and they end up on an island, and it's basically misery on the island, as she just tortures him.
Jumping back to 28 Years Later, real quick.
Yeah.
The reason I didn't watch that movie was because of Aaron Taylor Johnson. He is just not good, and if he's
the Dakota Johnson of male actors.
And I hope he's. I'll watch 28 Years Later. What was it called? Bone
Temple.
Bone Temple.
Yeah.
I'll watch that if he's not in it.
Yeah, that looks good. I want to watch Ready or Not 2. So Ready or Not was with Sam Weaving, and Samara Weaving. She is Hugo Weaving's niece, who is Hello, Mr. Anderson.
And it was V. Yeah.
But she marries into this super rich family, and then they make her pick a game to play. Hide and seek was the thing, and then they try to kill her. And if she survives, and she ends up killing all of them, this is part 2 where they kidnap her sister and make the other part of the family make her play.
Wow.
So it looks really good.
Hugo Weaving is he's one of 2 actors I've seen that you can put a mask over his face, and he's still a phenomenal actor.
Yeah, it's the voice, man. It's the voice. You know what else? And it's weird because I normally don't want to see these things. The last one I even cared about was Queen, but the Michael movie, the trailer looks awesome.
Oh, talking about
Michael Jackson.
Okay, Michael Jackson.
It does. It looks so good, and I can't wait to see that.
Were any children molested in the
They
production
were
of
not.
that
I don't know
movie?
if it goes into that. June 12th, by the way, for Disclosure Day. I'm looking forward to that. Let's see, Supergirl, Minions 3.
Avengers Doomsday, boys.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. That is. The Odyssey. Oh, I can't wait to not see that. August 7th, though. Count me
You
in.
don't want to see The Odyssey?
Super Trooper 3. I'm in. That's all I'm saying. All right, we're going to wrap it up straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Top 99.7. Wrapping it up on the final show, the Chad Benson Show of this year, 2025. We'll be back on Monday, but we were talking earlier, probably look for Tuesday, Wednesday to really be hitting, rocking and rolling. Because we got to get over it. I was telling my wife, I'm kind of bummed. Because you see the end of, the finish line is coming for your vacation. And then you look up and you're like, oh my God, now I got to wait till when? Easter?
Well, when we're back on the 3rd, I'm going to schedule all 4 of my weeks immediately.
Is that what you do?
Yes.
Okay. So we got to know what it is.
I worked with a guy in Boise, and he had been with the company so long, and he had so much time off. He had 4-day weekends all summer long. He took Fridays and Mondays off.
That's
entire
great.
Summer.
That is such a good. That's a smart thing. I sent some to my wife the other day. Somebody put out a thing where, because of where the holidays fall this year, a lot of them, you can schedule almost every month at least a 3-day weekend, and in a lot of them you can get 4-day weekends without having to take any days off because you have a holiday.
Yeah, man, sticking it to the man.
Sticking it to the man. All right, guys. What do you remember from this year? There you go. Fantastic.
It's been a heck of a year.
It has been a ride. It has been a hell of a ride. It's been a crazy year. I mean, obviously Trump, there was going to be drinking from a fire hose, and there was a lot more. It was like 2 fire hoses, and at times a tsunami. But, there's some good, there was some bad, there was some tragic. No
so
doubt.
much of that goes on, though, that it's hard to find or retain a moment because it's just, you're flooded with it all the time. It's just mass information, and you just sort of push it aside after you talk about it.
It's like we talked about. Charlie Kirk's assassination is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt.
I think that was the most impactful thing. But for me, I've also got to say I applaud President Trump's efforts to stop these wars.
Yes.
I really, and I love what he did on the border, too. I'm freaking loving that. But trying to stop these wars, I think that's applaudable.
Yeah. He is the president of peace when he's not bombing all these places.
Yeah.
There's always that, too. And getting us into wars and stopping them. Because they weren't his wars. These were Biden's wars. They're not my wars. But I just want to say to the boys who I love, who are amazing, and to all you out there, have a safe New Year's. And thank you guys so much for putting up with us. We'll be back on the 5th. God bless you all. Be safe out there. Don't hang out on amateur night.
No, sir.
Just stay home. Have fun. Coming up next, Cameron. Later.